right, before you say anything, let me go ahead and hit him with an intro. What's up, Sakpase y qué tal, mis amigos? It's your boy Jam, aka J-Mo, back again. And today I have the wonderful, very, very smart as well, because I remember in your stream we was talking about it, you know what I'm saying? Just you know what I'm saying? In certain areas.
What do you mean by that?
Special field of studies, you feel what I'm saying? All around interesting Twitch streamer, Double D. Woo! All right, so first of all, I gotta thank you for coming on to this stream today. You know what I'm saying? Coming on to this live podcast. You know what I'm saying? You know, allowing me to pick your brain a little bit, get a little weird, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. You know what I'm saying? Are you ready for all that?
No, I'm not ready. What? No, of course not. Of course I'm not ready for that. There's no telling what you're gonna ask me. Can I plead the fifth on anything? That's the question I should have asked before I agreed.
You know what? I was thinking about making it interesting, right? And I was thinking about doing it something where it's like, if there's any question that you feel like you can't or won't answer, you should take a shot or something.
A shot? You know, are you trying to get me drunk?
I mean, how many questions are you holding hostage? You know what I'm saying? How much secrets do you have?
I don't know what you mean by that. I don't have any secrets.
If you don't have any secrets,
I'm one with the Lord.
Worry about nothing. You don't gotta worry about nothing. If you don't have any secrets, you don't have nothing to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right. So you ready for the very first question? Well, first of all, introduce yourself for the few people who don't know big celeb Double D.
First of all, calm down. You're the big celeb. I'm just here, you know. I'm just living in y'all's atmosphere. I'm a nobody from a little small country town. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody even know me like that. Please. But I'm Double D, double with two E's if you can't spell us up there.
For reference.
Yeah, and I'm a variety streamer. For the most part, I do play Overwatch because I'm sweaty as fuck in that game. I've recently started playing Apex. Fortnite is my guilty pleasure, I would say. A lot of people don't like Fortnite, but I think it's just great. Building and all, because I can build some stairs. If you can't build stairs, I don't even know what you're doing. I don't even know what you're doing
if you can't build any stairs.
People be so angry at building. Like, why? They want the non-build mode.
I'm one of them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, building.
You can't build, just say that. Ooh, bestie.
Kai, what's good? What's good? Finally, thought you was going live 10 my time. Hey, homie Otter, I'm sorry. Some technical difficulties, but technically the flyer said 10:30. You know what I'm saying? So I was going to bless y'all with a little earlier stream, but technically I'm ahead of time. You feel what I'm saying? So we still in there. Bestie, okay, I see you on my meet. Here we go. But anyways, we're gonna continue. Let's start with the very first question. All right, Double. Very first question.
I need like some "Wanna Be a Millionaire" music on.
What's your body count? Yeah, I'm on your body. What's going on? I was playing. That's not the question. She was look at her face. Her whole face. He said, wait, hold on. Why, Kai? Why is that? Hey, we have a request already. Stand up for us.
No, I'm not gonna do that to him. I'm not gonna do it.
Hey, you see?
I was about to answer because I have nothing to hide. Like, I was good all through high school, college. Like, yeah, I had a couple of boyfriends, but I'm a boyfriend type of person. I don't like having hoes. It's not for me. So, like, my body count, comparatively speaking, to my homegirls,
to her homegirl. She about to shade her homegirls just so she could look better. How could you?
No, not so I can look better, because it's people with higher body counts than them, because it's not just like they're like full-blown hoes or anything. But they're, you know,
part-time.
They be encouraging me to do some questionable thing. So much with that.
Just go ahead and make it a redeem, you know what I'm saying? You know, make something crazy a redeem. Just a lot of points. Nobody would actually reach it, you know what I'm saying? Nobody would never. And also, I noticed, Kai, you probably the only one who could ask for the certain things like that because she's obliging because it's you. Anyone else would have been like, "Yo, stand up. Let me get a little spin." She'd have been like, no." So, Kai, let me have you go ahead and stand in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Stay here
No,
and
I already
request
got up.
random
I'm not getting
things.
up
You know what
again.
I'm
No way. No way. No way, bestie. Don't try it.
saying?
Don't try it. Don't try it.
Okay. But let's move on to the real stuff. So I wanted to pick your brain a little bit because of both. I just wanted to see the fit. That's it. So both current event stuff, but also because the fact that you are like a history buff. So I wanted to pick your brain and see, how you tiptoe the line of like nerdy, gamer, smart, person to like a sex icon, like, you know what I'm saying, because we all be looking, you feel what I'm saying. And some of the cosplays tiptoe the line from like, hey, I'm just a nerd to I'll fulfill your fantasies indeed. So how do you juggle these things?
See, what do you mean by that? What do you mean juggle? Because I feel like if you're truly a nerd, it's not something you juggle. That's just a part of your
Oh.
everyday life. You just like that. If you happen to be halfway decent looking, then that's just an added plus.
She
You know
said,
what I'm saying?
hey, I don't have to do nothing to look like this. This just, I woke
Do
up
you
like
think, wait a
this.
minute, do you think men were questioning Rosa Parks about how she balances being fine with being a nerd? I don't think so.
You
You
said
can do
Rosa Parks was
both.
fine? You said she was fine?
Yeah, Rosa Parks was fine. She was thick as
Sheesh.
hell. Respectfully.
Yes, sir. I'm with you on that. And I think they might have been scared to ask her, but we in a new time. And that's one of the things we're going to be talking about. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be talking about like some things that, you may know about like history, because history can sometimes repeat itself. And then some things that we just kind of like, is just completely different because it's 2022. Also, homie
She
Otter
was,
says, what's
homie.
good?
Homie, she was. What's good, homie? How are you? How are
What
you
she
today?
know?
Follow me on Twitch, homie.
Yeah, and they said you're going to dinner after this with that outfit.
I'm not going to dinner. I already ate. Have you trying to take me out to dinner?
What was on the menu? What'd you have?
I had kava. I don't know if you know what that is. It might just be like a Texas thing. But it's like a Mediterranean version of Chipotle. And it was
Oh, okay. So kava is the name of the place. It's not like
kava is, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was the name of a food that I just never heard of. He's like, oh, I ate some kava. You know what I'm saying? But I got you now. I got you. Well, you looking at me like that, but how am I supposed to know? I don't. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never get no invite to Texas.
I mean, you don't need an invite to come to Texas. You just come to Texas and be. Like all these people are coming to Texas for DreamCon in June or July, whatever date.
Mm-hmm.
And
All the big
I'm gonna be in the
celebs.
park. I'm gonna be all the big celebs. I don't even have a ticket. I'm gonna be in the parking lot. Like, let me in, but they're not gonna let me in because I'm cute, but I'm not fine enough to get in a DreamCon for free, and that's what gets me. So that's why I'm gonna hit the gym aggressively. So maybe by the time that
Next time
DreamCon
around.
rolls around,
Next
I'm gonna
time
be like,
around,
"Hey,
you be
yo,
ready."
Mark, I went to school with you. Can you let me in the door?"
Well, that you tell me how that plan works out, and I'm gonna ride your coattails if I can. You know what I'm
That
saying?
shit not gonna work, bro.
Slide in one of
That shit
your
not gonna work.
costume luggages or something like that. I'm gonna try
I
something
live down the street. What I need luggage for?
to get me in. It's just a ruse. What you mean?
I live right down the street. I did not, guys. Stop lying, bro. You be just on the internet just lying.
Dang, that's tough. But all right, so first history question, and your focus is mainly American history, right?
For the most part, yes.
So yes. So we're not gonna go overseas with the questioning. And also, anybody who is in the live studio audience, if you have a question for her, just go ahead and drop it, and we gonna, you know what I'm saying? We gonna. Did he just rename? Okay, but anyways.
Oh shit, that's Dilly Wild.
Yeah,
Hi,
yeah,
Dilly.
yeah. I just realized he didn't know who it was. Yeah, they keep changing their names. Don't ask too many questions. All right, so the first question for you is what do you feel is the worst or the harshest in your opinion, so nobody could come for you? This is your opinion. I'm just saying that up front so anybody be like, no, technically this is her opinion. What's the worst and harshest time of American history, and why do you feel that?
Oof. There's a lot of ugly parts of American history, if we're being honest. But
So it's a
Honestly,
two-part
I
question.
think we all know. I think we all know. It can be a two-part question. I actually got two parts that kind of go together. You know
Okay,
what I'm saying?
just
I'm gonna say,
just know the follow-up question to what's the worst, harshest time of American history, and why is Batman the answer to that? You know what I'm saying? How could he have saved us?
all right.
Yeah, okay,
Batman,
I'm just playing.
Batman is
No,
a bitch.
no Batman
Batman,
slander. No Batman slander. Okay.
Batman couldn't have saved us. But I'm gonna go ahead and
Go
answer your
ahead.
first question.
All right, go ahead.
Mr. John Pride. Let me answer
Thank
your
you.
question.
Thank you.
Um, the worst time in American history was hands down slavery. Like, there's nothing that can top the cruelty that we experienced as a race. The discrimination that took place has not stopped. Okay, let me tell you, because that shit is ingrained in our system. It's ingrained in our schools. Like, we can't turn a corner without facing some type of discrimination. And a lot of people be like, nah, you didn't turn a slave, you didn't do that. No, we didn't, but we're still suffering from the consequences of slavery and the discrimination that is systemically embedded in our country, bro. Like, and that's what people don't understand. American slavery was the harshest slavery on the planet, in the world. Like, in recorded history, American slavery was different, because if you were a slave, you were never going to get out of being a slave, right? Whereas in places like Africa and in Europe, you had indentured servitude, or a different type of slavery, where if you had a kid, your kids weren't born into slavery. They were free while you were still a slave, right? Additionally, like, the harshness of everything. You're taking all these different tribes from Africa, throwing them together on a plantation where none of them speak the same language. And that shit, how are you gonna come up with an escape route? A lot of people be like, how come they didn't just escape? It was more of them on the plantation than it was of the colonized ass plantation owner. Because they didn't speak the same fucking language for like 50 years, bro. Like, that's just what's really wild to me. You know? JJ Boone was good. But even still, the brutalities that we suffered, our children being ripped from our arms and sold down the road like a piece of fucking goat meat or some shit, like, it's just bar none. We couldn't read because they thought if we could read, we would devise a plan to fucking escape.
We probably would have. You know what I'm saying?
When they did start letting us read, what they did was let us read the Bible, which I might step on a lot of toes.
I already know where this is going.
I know there's a lot of Christians up in chat. And I'm not saying anything against Christianity. I myself believe in God. Jesus was a real person. Historically, we have record of that. But what I want to say is, they used the Bible to hold us down and keep us docile and make sure that, you know, we just kept working. We were going to be like the Hebrews in Egypt. We were going to work our way. Then one day God was going to come back and deliver us from all that. They had us believe that. And they use the Bible as a tool to keep us down. And that's what's so crazy to me, because there's so many people in the Black community that don't know that. And they will be like, well, in the Bible it says this, in the Bible it says that. The Bible was created by men.
You know what's crazy? I don't know that I feel like people don't know. I think they more like, if you take this away from us, where do we go from here? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think people would be scared. Like, imagine if you like, hey, yo, get rid of that Bible. But like all the things people grew up on to be like, hey, you can't do this because it says it here or whatever. What would they go from there? Like, most of their beliefs came from this structure. So it's kind of like,
I mean,
it's
I'm
scary.
not saying that the Bible says bad things, because it doesn't. Generally, it's a good tool to use to live your life righteously. You know what I'm saying? There's good things in there. There's some questionable things in there where you kind of look at it and you're like,
hold on.
Do you think God really said this? I don't know. But you have to remember that it was created, like, the books that were selected to go in the Bible, because the Bible is a series of books. The books that were created to go in that Bible were handpicked by a council of men. So a council of men is not God. A council of men is not Jesus. This was like 100-some years after Jesus died. So you just got to take that with a grain of salt, because I've actually read some of the books that were excluded from the Bible, and them things was crazy. You know, like, well, I don't know, some crazy shit was going up where a nigga neck was stretching out to was stretching up to the heavens and stuff. Like, dang, y'all got to extend
Hey,
on that.
hey, by the way, for future reference, if you hear her say neighbor, she's talking about she's trying to refrain from being as, I guess, abrasive and using certain words. But you know, my neighbor, my neighbor. You feel what I'm saying? You know exactly what
Neighbor
she's
is
talking
such a good
about.
word. You can also use ninja. Ninja's good.
My
But
ninja, my ninja.
do you know why I do that, J-Mo?
Well, go ahead, hit us with the history of that phrase.
The reason I say neighbor is because on the internet, you don't know people's ethnicity. You don't know people's race. So people
Mm.
just casually be running up in your chat, nigga this, nigga that. First of all, you need to check yourself, player, because you sounding real Caucasian right now, and I don't know who you are. So to keep you from getting beat up and accosted by me and my folks, just say neighbor, bro.
Oh, you saying like if somebody pull up to your chat, you don't know who they are, and they be like, "Yo, what's something?" And you be like, "Wait, hold on. How do I? Who is you? Who is
How am
you?"
I supposed to vet that? How am I supposed to vet that? I also have friends that do not like being called niggas. So, like, to be respectful to everybody, we just gonna say
Mm.
neighbor. And it slips because it's embedded in my language, in my DNA. So I say that shit casually at work, and I be like, "Oop, I'm HR. I can't say." So
How the HR lady is the main one? Like, oops, my bad, y'all. Dang, dang.
I don't know what they're thinking when they threw me in that position.
So you were saying also that you feel like, you know, like not much things have changed since those times, or you feel like, you know, we're in a whole
I
new
wouldn't
world
say
right
that.
now.
I wouldn't say not much has changed. A lot has definitely changed from
Mm-hmm.
um, the civil rights and Reconstruction era, but we're to the point where people will deny that certain discrimination exists because they think we're so far beyond, you know, the civil rights movement in the 60s. And they're like, oh, it's 2022 now. That doesn't happen. But we experience this shit on a daily basis. You as a black man, me as a black woman, we have to fight 10 times harder than our white coworkers to get
All my
promotions.
life I had to fight.
We have to know more fucking words, bro. Like I got the job that I have now because I knew more fucking words. And my boss told me that I almost slapped me out of, you know, like, what you mean? I know more words. Well, you're more well spoken than the other candidates. Oh, you weren't expecting that? You weren't expecting that? Like,
Where you think he's
what do you
gonna pull up?
say?
Be like, hey, what up? Hey, what up, though?
And let me tell you about the hair situation, because that's another cool thing. I wish I could dye my hair pink for real. Y'all know this is big.
That's a wig? Nah, I'm playing. Look at it.
It's a wig. But one day I'm gonna dye my hair.
Welcome in, Stomatic J.
What's up, Jay? So the first day that I wore my hair like in my curly fro to work, he was like, wow, that's so cool. That's your hair, and he gonna touch my curl. I said, hey, do that. I don't know you like that, sir.
Wait, hold on. You pulled up and man's tried to reach out. That's like, I feel like some things, you know, innocence can be a little bliss, but I don't think that's one of them, because I feel like it's just like it's a stereotype that, like, you know, certain foods we like or certain things, it's like a well-known stereotype, like, oh, don't touch black people's hair without permission, you know what I'm saying? So for that to happen, that's you know what I'm saying?
I don't think he's been around a lot of black people in his life, honestly, because he had one interview.
Is he from losing money? Because, you know what I'm saying, that could be a lawsuit real quick. Like, my man.
And they got the wrong person in HR.
And you in HR?
Person in HR for that, because I'll whoop ace.
Yeah.
No, but there was one time we were interviewing a black woman for a position, and he asked her a question, and it was like a normal boilerplate interview question. And then he was like, do you have any questions for us? And she was like, what does your leadership team look like? And he was like, it's the people sitting in this room, which was me, my work mama, who's Caucasian, him, who's Caucasian, and another lady who's the risk and process officer, who's Caucasian. And she was like, so you don't have any black people that work for you?
And you like, let me take off my ear. Hold on. First of all, I'm a black person right here.
I think she was saying like on the leadership team, because technically, like, I'm an executive assistant. So I'm on the leadership team, but I'm not on the senior management team.
Okay.
So she was like, I don't know if I'd be comfortable there. How would you make me feel included? And he did not know how to answer that question. So I said, look, sis, let me tell you how it is real quick.
Oh, you stepped
Oh
up. You
yeah.
stepped up. You didn't leave him hanging, eating your
Yeah,
popcorn.
no,
Like,
no, 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 no,
answer
no.
the
I should
question,
have.
boss.
I
Answer the
should
question,
have.
boss.
And he had like an hour conversation with me after. Like, do I give off like racist white man vibes? And I was like, no, that's a valid question. That's a valid question. Why would we accept a job to go into a space where we're not going to feel comfortable coming there every day?
This
So the
sound like
reason
an
she was
episode
asking,
of Blackish. Sound like something
yeah,
that would happen there.
yeah, the reason she was asking was because like she wants to make sure she's comfortable. She wants to make sure she's represented and she's not in a
Mm-hmm.
company that's gonna step on her. And so like I had to go through this whole spiel, like, because we have more black people that work there. It's not just me. Tell the black folks that work there. But we have to make sure that we can get in these spaces. And I'll be fighting my ass off to get us hired. You know what I'm saying? People
Mm.
say some stupid ass shit in interviews. They'd be like, have you ever committed a crime? Yeah, one
Yeah.
time I stole a car. Bitch, why would you admit that?
It said, your guess is as good as mine. You got to find out, my boy. No, so some would say, you know what I'm saying, like Kai Shisama is a big celeb, Tokyo Sama is a big celeb, but you are a superhero. You over here creating positions for other people of the culture. Like,
Bro,
like,
I'm
sheesh.
trying because it's fucking hard to elbow your way in space.
She out here
And
making space for others. Like, sheesh.
trying to, we just hired a CLO candidate who's a black woman who's been in the loan industry for over 20 years. She came highly recommended, so it wasn't that hard. But like the other candidates were white men, and you already know how that
Mhm.
was going. So I had to polish up her resume a little bit. I added some words to it. I was like,
Hey, before we continue, don't admit to nothing that might. I don't know if you was allowed to polish up a resume, but
listen.
allegedly.
Listen. If they fire me, I can go find a job making 50 more K than I do. Already.
Ooh.
So they're already underpaying me. So give me a reason. Give me a reason to leave.
Heard you. Yeah, her two big celeb vibes. But anyways, speaking of black people getting jobs, certain positions, what's your thoughts on Miss Jackson in the Supreme Court right now?
Now look here, look here. I'm very happy for her. She has some shady shit in her history.
I was gonna say, wait, hold on. That sounds like a but.
Everything. She has some questionable shit that derailed, could have derailed her candidacy for this position. Now, I think that we've reached a problem where we have people that are too far right and way too far left. So there's always two sides to every extreme, right?
Right.
And I'm not saying that I'm super far left because I don't want the FBI to come look for me. We got those people who, no matter who you nominate, that's a Democrat, they're gonna be like, they're a Democrat. I wanna push them through, and that's problematic because sometimes we're not pushing through the right people. Not saying she's not the right person because she may do wonderful things, but she does have some child pedophilia shit. She was trying to make the terms more lenient for these offenders and these pedophiles.
Hey,
and
yo.
That doesn't sit well with me. But
FBI, open up!
They coming for her now. They coming for her now. I'm sorry.
That scared the fuck. You almost made me drop my croissant. That scared the fuck out of me. But like, I think that whole situation was misconstrued because she was like a prosecutor DA before. I think that situation may have been misconstrued and blown up, as people like to do when they're running against you. They're gonna bring up every little thing from your past. Somebody can go find a tweet of me when I was young and ignorant talking about, yellow bone, light skin, some shit.
Last week. She like, nah, that was a long time ago. That was in her past.
Nah, now if you ask me something about that, like I cringe when I see like somebody bragging about being light skinned or being yellow bone, that whole like yellow bone song by Danny Lee, like that shit made me cringe. Because I went to college, I got educated on the situation. I know what colorism is now and how my sisters are being affected by this, how they're getting less jobs than me because I'm light skinned, you know what I'm saying? How people find me more attractive, which is fucking wrong. Because I know some beautiful ass dark skin. Like,
yeah, definitely.
Have you seen Noir before? Like, that bitch is bad.
Yeah, this brown skin is beautiful, but you are fine though. But how do you feel like, you know what I'm saying, like being multiracial, like now that we're talking about it, like do you feel like you like always have a foot in two worlds, or more like you find it hard to belong to either group?
I will say I feel more accepted
In
with
like
black
both
people.
worlds? Oh, you
Mm-mm,
said with
with
black
black
people.
people.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
But I was raised by my black grandma for the most part from like 8 all the way up. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not just black, I'm like old black. um,
Who learned
but
history. That's funny.
exactly. See why it's important.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, some of my colleagues, I don't know, it's just hard to relate to them sometimes, and they can't relate to me. I feel like Twitch is a perfect example of that. Like I'm heavily accepted by black streamers. You know, we have our own little tight knit network and community. But if you ask any white streamers, other than a couple that are really cool, like Sarah Speak, um, motherfucking Smells Like Dying, Lizzie Fruit Lab, super
Mm-hmm.
liberal, all super dope. Like they hop in on us all the time. They fuck with us heavy. If you ask other big white celeb ass streamers, like truly celebs, they do not fuck with the black community like that. And I don't
Mm.
understand. I don't understand why the gaming community is like that, honestly. But you could look at the history if you've ever played Call of Duty back in the day, like in 2007, 2008, 2009, even today. I'm not even gonna say like it's a long time ago. If you go
Right.
hop in a Warzone lobby and start talking, they're gonna be like, hard are this, hard are that, hard are that. And you just gotta, I don't know, it's a problem that's ingrained in the gaming community, which is kind of fucked up. Which is why we're having to push our way in these spaces and be like, we need more representation. We need to be on the front page of Twitch too. Like, we're funny as fuck. Some of us are fucking goated as fuck at fucking games. Like
Mm-hmm.
Overwatch is another place where there's only
A
how can I say
handful of
it?
like, oh, I was about to say that.
It's a good amount, a handful of people um that stream Overwatch, but they're not as big as the other Overwatch streamers in that lobby.
Mm.
Because I feel
Mm.
like they're just as good. Why don't they have the same platform? Do y'all not enjoy watching us? Is that it? Like, what's really good? Why don't we have Amaranth numbers? I know we're not sucking a mic or anything like that, but like,
Yo,
I want to
when I
know.
first found her channel, and my boy, which one of them? I don't know if I should throw him on the bus. Who sent it to me? It
He said,
was.
"Oh my gosh."
I think. Oh, I remember who it was now. but yo, we was in Discord. We was all chatting. And he was like, "Hey y'all, let me show y'all something." And we're like, "Yo, what's up?" Then he just dropped the link, clicked it, and I was just like, "What is what?" and what's crazy is after I watched, not even I was gonna say one stream. I didn't last in there because I was just like, what is going on? This is not for me. And it kept getting recommended on my YouTube and on my and I was like, no, why did you send me this link? That was all over my everything, and I was annoyed for like a good month, and now it's starting to slow down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, that's you could do anything if
That
if you're not for anyone, but some people can do anything. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. There's it's funny that you said something about like where do I feel like I align,
Uh-huh.
because like I'm not gonna lie, I've dated white men.
Wait,
Um,
hold on. You dated white men? Oh my
I have
gosh.
men like white men.
Emotional damage.
But like what? Let me explain. Okay, because some of them were like super liberal and like super willing to learn and
right.
kind of, accept every part of me and learn how to not be ignorant and all of this. But then I had one super country ex, and he was my best friend all through high school. And when I
Mm.
graduated college, I went back home, and he was like, and I was like, and anyway, yeah, that ended with me calling him a colonizer. He didn't like my natural hair. He didn't like my natural hair. You
Of
win some, you lose
course.
some.
Wait. So wait. Say that last part again. He wants what?
He didn't like my natural hair.
Oh, it didn't sound like you said he once called you something.
No, I called him a colonizer.
Oh, okay.
Rightfully
Indeed.
so. Yeah.
No, but so all the years that he knew you before you guys like was like, hey, let's do a relationship type thing. He never like saw that. Oh, look, this chick got this type of hair and this how she usually wears it. He only noticed it like after you started dating him,
I didn't like wearing my hair natural in high school.
So
did
you
not. It took
surprised them
me.
with it when it was like, all right, hey, I want to make you my boo. And he was like, all right, pulled off the wig like, oh, now
Oh
that
no, I
I'm,
didn't wear wigs. I didn't wear wigs either. I just used to straighten my hair so much.
oh,
Like
I
my
see
hair
what you're
used to
saying.
one, my hair used to be red. Two, I used to straighten it like every other day. And I realized that I was damaging my hair. So when I got to college, I was like, fuck this shit. Like I'm just gonna be me. And if you don't like that shit, adios. And I went back home and I was like, he's gonna, he fucked with me in high school. He's gonna love me, all of
He's going to
me,
accept you for you. But
and that didn't happen. He
he was
preferred me.
like, yeah, I feel like we drifting apart. Uh, how did he, you know what I'm saying, let you know he didn't like it? Was he like blunt, like, I don't like that shit? Or was he like, huh?
No. I got it
What's
sewn.
it straighten
I got
it?
it sewn. He was like, "Ooh, I prefer your hair like this."
Oh
I
man,
like curls.
things that people don't know, that it, like, a lot of times people will say certain things not realizing, like for him, he probably was just like, Mom, I gave her a compliment, I like this, while you are hearing like, oh, so okay, so I see how you feel. So what would you say is something that people misunderstand about you most, not just in relationships, in general?
Think since I'm a Leo, I'm self-centered, but that's like the furthest thing from the truth. They think
That's
that
what
I'm
that's what
like,
like a lot of people assume, like they're like, oh, she
yeah, like
must be self-centered.
they see my Instagram and they assume that like I'm obsessed with myself and that I think I'm just hot. That's not it. Like I have the most like lack of confidence out of anybody. And when I stream,
Mm.
it feels like, people think that I'm just this big, confident, outgoing person. But in real life, I have like crippling social anxiety. I do not like to go outdoors like that. Like I go to work and I'm like, let me just do my shift and go the fuck home. And that's why I work from home 3 days a week because I don't like doing all that interaction because why are you
Mm.
staring at me? And now I feel like you're looking at the flaws that I noticed and that's making me uncomfortable.
Dang. So that, now I can see why like people would mistake that, because like people be like, hey, stop looking at me, then you log on and stream where everybody pulls up to come look at you.
Right. No, like the other day, I don't know if you were in stream that day, or if Kai was in stream that day, but this dude pulled up and he was like, W double chin, bro. And like I had to turn that into something. I had to turn that into something positive because I went to sleep thinking about that shit. And if you go
Oh
back and
my.
look at the VOD, I'm like responding like, and it looks like I'm okay. But deep down inside, I'm like that screaming mask, like, oh, what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, I know exactly which picture you talk about. Wait, so was this person like a troll, or were they like a
He was
friend that just being silly, but they said the wrong joke, or
He
like
was
what?
a troll. He was definitely a
So we
troll. So
didn't
I
know
tried to
him.
troll back. He's
Yeah,
like famous on TikTok or some shit,
yeah,
apparently. So like,
it's hard to troll a troll because they don't care. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I mean, I cared, but I couldn't let him know that I cared.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Dang. So yeah, because I saw when the Twitter name changed, and then I was like, huh? Am I reading that wrong?
Double
Double.
Cindy,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was like, oh, that sounds kind of funny. That's cool. But I didn't know where it came from until he was like, yo, somebody was talking about my double chin, and I was like, oh, wait, for real? Like I didn't know that was a thing. Oh, jeez. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, but they just doing their job. You know what I'm saying? Haters gotta hate. You feel what I'm saying? That's just the nature of the thing. Let's talk about some, because we talk about some negative, some stuff that
Oh,
we don't
I
like,
hey.
haters. But like let's do like some quick fire, like let's talk about some entertainment and like your
Gotcha.
faves. Okay, so
Gotcha.
like just
Gotcha.
top of your head, you got, you know what I'm saying, quick, and then we could come back to your second best and stuff like that. But favorite movie?
See, I hate questions like this because
Yeah.
I have like 40 favorites.
She overthinking it. What's the first one to
Can I
pop your
give
head
you-
when I said that?
And I give a lot of them popped in at once.
They like crammed into your head, like
Yeah. What are you saying? Can I give you like one from almost each genre?
Okay, go ahead, hit me with it.
Okay. Favorite romance drama, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
I knew that was gonna be what you said, because you be watching that again and again.
I fucking love that movie.
All right.
Another like romance drama would be Moulin Rouge. All of the Lord of the Rings, all of the Lord of the Rings, all of the Star Wars.
Wait, hold on. Let's start. Hold on. Because I gotta stop you right there because you said you'll do one in each category. You done squeezed in a whole trilogy.
All right. I'll pick my favorite. I'll pick my favorite Lord of the Rings.
I already slid when you tried to slide Moulin Rouge into. You said another drama at you. Then, like, come on, man, you breaking your own rules. Nah.
No. I'm gonna tell you my favorite one. Return of the King is my favorite Lord.
Okay, Return of the King.
My favorite Star Wars movie.
She just gave them their whole genre. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say. That's Revenge of the Sith. I'm gonna say Revenge of the Sith.
Okay.
Fuck, that's hard. I don't know.
Yeah.
Favorite comedy is probably like I don't fucking know. I don't watch.
You're not big on comedy. Okay. Yeah, you're your favorite comedy. Well, you took up one of your comedy slots with your extra other slots, so you can move on to the next one. What about what other category? Horror. Yeah. You say it? Okay, yeah, of course. You know, well, you got long sleeves. You can't show off the tat, really. She says you don't pull it out. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. Yeah. If you don't, it just look like a random segment of showing a random tattoo on the inner elbow meat. But all right. So what other categories? Musicals? I was surprised I didn't hear
Hamilton.
Yeah, I was like, I'm surprised. I thought Hamilton was going to pop up in the and ladies and gentlemen, real quick, you may think that I'm just asking these questions just for the sake of asking them, but really I'm studying because sometimes on her stream she be having these little quizzes and like, how well do you know her? And I be coming up on top and people be like, how the hell you be knowing all this stuff? You know what I'm saying? I ask the right questions at the right time, little by little, and the next thing you know, I'm just ready. So, you know what I'm saying? And I know she got something coming up to her birthday. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But get ready, because it's gonna get litty. All right. So favorite music genre, and then a favorite song in that genre.
You keep asking me these questions that I have multiple answers to.
Hey, but man, narrow it down.
I'm gonna say my favorite genre is alternative because alternative doesn't just mean like alternative rock. It means alternative R&B now too, which would be like Frank Ocean and a little bit of Tyler the Creator, a little bit. He's kind of alt. So I'm gonna say Paramore is my favorite band. My favorite song by them is probably Hard Times.
Hard times.
No, ain't it fun? No, Hard Times.
Oh my goodness. Chill.
It's Hard Times by Paramore. It's Hard Times by Paramore.
And we got a question from the live studio audience. Kaishi Sama says, talk to us. What made you love theater?
What made me love film? Okay. I was in a theater class in high school, and that's where I kind of got my start, like being dramatic. Although I like to think I've been dramatic my entire life. No, I love seeing other stories. I'm an empath, so like I feel like I connect with different characters a lot deeper than other people who just come to the movies and they're watching it. So I really like well-developed characters, good storylines that have the characters start and you see that they're in some type of shit and then they go through life and either have a major change and become this big badass or lose their fucking mind, because I love psychological thrillers. But like I don't know. I've actually helped a friend do some cinematography work before.
Oh, hold on. Hey, you talking about love language. Say that again. Say it again. You helped a friend do what now?
No.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no.
Oh, wow.
We shot a couple scenes and like he showed me all of his equipment, big ass soft boxes and the little net thing that goes on top of it to control some of the light.
Diffuse the light.
Yeah, so like he taught me like that's how some scenes are so well lit. You think that it's coming from these natural light sources. Like you would think that the light is coming from somewhere. You know, that's like one of those lights. I forgot what it's called. But one of the lights, practical lighting. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Where you have the lights around in the scene and it's supposed to make you think that the scene is being lit by those lights. But in reality, they have these big ass heavy duty ass F350 ass lights. So
like when you're on set, it's definitely brighter than what you see in the final piece.
And it's hot
Like,
Hot
yeah,
as
you
fuck.
can see a scary movie that shot like that looks like it's dark, but if you were to be on set that day, like it's like bright, and you're like, what? This is how? Yeah, so you definitely, practical lighting is important. That's the ones that you actually see on camera. You know what I'm saying? And then what they do is it's something called motivated lighting, which is the lights are just trying to follow to give, like, you know what I'm saying? You want it to feel like it didn't come somewhere random, because even though a shot could look like sexy, if you're not supposed to feel like, hey, there's a light in here, you know what I'm saying? And if you can
Facts.
feel that, then you kind of broke the reality of it, or you broke the illusion. That's what it was. Yeah, you break the illusion. So it's like you really just trying to put light somewhere that's gonna make it seem like, hey, this is sunlight, or this is moonlight, or this is this, but it's really light that's making people's bills go above what they usually see. So if I come film at your place, or anyone out there let me film your place, I'm sorry in advance. I'm gonna be using every
Oh,
outlet in your house.
well, facts, facts, facts.
Yes, sir. All right, so all right, okay. So Fortnite, Apex, and Overwatch. For some reason, they servers go down. What's the game you playing?
What if all three of their servers go down at once? First of all, I'm gonna
They
tweet.
go on strike. They go on
I'm gonna
strike.
tweet Epic. I'm gonna tweet fucking Steam. I'm gonna tweet fucking Blizzard. I'm gonna everybody. I'm gonna be like, hey yo, what the fuck? When are the games coming back? But
but
honestly, Minecraft or
I
broken
thought you were
ass
gonna
Road
say
Company.
Among Us. I thought you were gonna say Among Us. To be honest.
Minecraft,
What
127%.
what do
My
you
house
what do
is
you got
growing too.
against Road Company though? Like, you just mentioned it real slick. Like, what do you got against Road Company? And I haven't played in a long time either, but that's because, you know what I'm saying, my friends don't want to play with me no more. You feel what I'm saying? And then the
I
one time that they
actually
do play, you look at the stream, you're like, wow, I've been asking her to play for months, and she actually playing it with somebody else. Oh man,
I
now
was
that's
just
the
about to
emotional
say
damage.
emotional damage. I was just about to say that I actually played Road Company last week. I want to say I think last week.
Are you
But the
serious?
reason why I don't play Road Company as much as I did when I first started streaming was because there's better versions of that game. Apex is a better version of that game. PUBG is a better version of
You feel
that
like
game.
Apex is like the same style though? Because it's
Valorant
like,
is a better version of that
see,
game.
Valorant reminds me of.
127%.
Wait, no, no, no,
Yes.
no, no. What I'm saying is like, because like Valorant, I could see the comparison of like the style of gameplay, or whatever. You know what I'm saying, with the little rounds and stuff. But I don't know if that. I mean, you've been playing Apex longer than I have, but I don't feel like Apex. I would compare it to Rogue Company though, because it feel
I
like
would.
the way it's like set up, it's more battle royale. No, like
Road Company is a battle royale. But
no, no, no. But I'm saying
oh, you
you
mean
don't.
like the 100 people? You're not just talking
Yeah,
about like
yeah,
arenas and the other game modes?
cause like
Yeah.
Valorant and Rogue Company is kind of like, like it's like small
Yeah.
teams. You just jump into this map and do something, and
Well,
you have a
I was
mission. Like,
I was referring more so to the fact that the characters have like special abilities
oh,
and
okay,
perks
right.
and
Okay,
third
yeah.
person shooter and this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Wait,
I get.
Rogue is first person too? I haven't played in so long. I
Rogue
feel
is
like it's
third
third.
person. Rogue is Rogue is
Yeah.
third person like Fortnite, but it's
Right. Like
yeah.
Fortnite. Stop mentioning Fortnite on my stream.
I'm just saying, like, if you want to play better Rogue Company, go to Fort. Like, what are you saying? Hurry up.
No. Kai says Rogue Company is low key fun. You know what I'm saying?
It is fun, but you know what can happen in Rogue Company because that game is so fucking glitchy. You might as well call it glitchy company. You can shoot people through walls.
Oh, sometimes bullets make it through walls. That's believable. That's realistic. You know what I'm saying? You know how many movies people shoot people through walls? Come on, man.
Oh, that's a movie. That's
All
a
right, all
movie.
right. Let's pull back from the Rogue Company hate. So let me see. Rogue and Bats is on your hate list. I see. You know what I'm saying?
Hate
But
that game.
what's your first con that you actually went to? Since we got a couple of
My
cons
first
coming up.
con was Nishi Fest.
Okay, how you got introduced to the community? Like, how old were you when you kind of was like, I'm about to dress up and go
Oh, I was
into?
like 25.
Okay,
25. I'm 27 now, so this is still relatively
yeah, it's
new for
new.
me.
So how'd you get
Um,
introduced to it?
my work boyfriend from my last job, who actually became my boyfriend.
Ooh, Hey, fellas,
yeah.
real quick, get a little closer. Hey, fellas, hey, you know when they be telling you don't worry about the work, but like, that's just work. Hey,
Yeah,
I saw somebody say, I seen somebody say recently that it was like, you know, every dude that is in your friend group, like, it's just one text away from being like, I mean, like if you text them, hey,
I
listen, you
don't
know
know
what?
about that.
Slide through. They said
I don't
not.
think
What
that's
do you
true.
say? 9 out of
I don't
10.
think
9 out
that's
of 10. 8 out of
I don't
10.
think
8 out
that's
of
true.
10.
I don't think that's
You
true.
don't think 8 out of 10
That's a high
neighbors? You don't think 8 out of 10 neighbors is in a friendship with a girl? She could text and be like, "Hey, listen," and he'd be like, "I mean, what?"
Nah. Let me tell you.
Like, I'm not saying they might get in a relationship with you, but they wouldn't mind. Like, I mean, if you want, if you know what I'm saying, you got the drinks, like.
No, I feel like they would use that man for like lunch money and stuff like that, but it's not gonna be anything serious
No. I'm not
because
saying. No, I'm not saying. A girl is gonna go hook up with any male friend that she has. What I'm saying is a girl like her, she could text her male friends and be like, "Yo, what's up?" And 8 out of 10 of them will be like, "I
oh,
mean,
are you saying?
like,
But
what's up?"
duh,
So
because
that's
men
what I'm
are
saying.
pigs, bro.
Here
Men
we
are
go.
honestly
I ain't
disgusting.
shaming men.
Men are
I'm just
honestly
saying.
Yes, no, that's exactly why though, because they always think that they can jump out of their little place in the friend zone and just
Hi,
want
I'm
to get
here.
more. And like I hate hurting people. I really do. I really hate doing this because we
She
be good
says with a
ass
smile.
friends. We be we be good ass friends, and then all of a sudden, hey girl, let me break your back. First of all, you need to break yourself
Sheesh.
because what do you mean by that? Like I don't even see you that way, and now I got to stop hanging out with you because I
Ugh.
didn't call you my brother before, and you over here talking about breaking my back. That's incest. I don't roll that way. I don't roll that way. You can buy me a panini out the break room, but that's it. Like, nah, bro.
Dang.
Like, honestly, no. And for the fellas that's waiting on their homegirl to be like,
What's good?
you might as well just move on, homie. Because you finna get used and abused. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. 1 out of 10 friendships turn into relationships. And even when that happens, if shit end up bad and she break your heart, then you lost your friend too. Why would you even want to?
Have the people
Y'all
like
need
worth
female
it.
friends. No. Y'all need female friends just like we need male friends. Tell us when niggas is tripping, bro. Neighbors are tripping. What did you walk into, Slide? Let me tell you, Slide. You walked into some shit.
Slide. Hey, she in here spitting facts about, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? No whole bar. So let me ask you though, cause you know, a lot women are on the up when it comes to, because there's not necessarily as much you have to do in, like, you know, pulling and pull, you know what I'm saying? But you might be, it might be easy for you to pull somebody, but as far as keeping it, that's a whole nother topic. But we're not gonna go there right now. We're not gonna go there right now.
That's also easy. What are you saying?
Okay. Of course. You know, I'm saying, come on. Like, I'm saying any woman could pull a man, right? Pretty much like almost any man that she want, but they can't all keep any man that they want. You know what I'm saying? Because
I wouldn't
like,
even say you can pull every man that you want. Like me, I've never missed a shot that I've shot, bro. But that's because I know my limits. Like I know I'm
here we go.
But in my mind, when my booty be bigger, I think you like, and that's why I always ask. I'm like, are you a booty man or a booty man? Like, what you want? Because my booty is not as big as my boobies. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go get a BBL or something.
Here we go with the BBL. Why you know? That's so normal these days now too. Everybody is like
I'm not gonna be built like an ant. I be just talking shit. I'm not really.
No, but it's crazy because it's like I remember even like with hair and stuff like that. There was a point in history. See, we still talking history, folks. You know, where it's like you either didn't know or it's like it was unspoken. You know what I'm saying? Where people would be like, "Is that you know?" Because they're trying to play it off. Now we all up front with it, like, "Oh, my wig, my BBL, like all that stuff is like, is that hers?" It's supposed to be a secret, but now she like, "Guess what? I got my BBL." Like it's celebrated now. I think it's crazy.
I think it's because people can tell. People can tell.
Oh, so there's no point in hiding it. You already know.
There's no point in hiding it. People can tell that's a wig. It's a wig. It's a wig, bro. It looked like pink hair would be nice on me, and one day I will dye my hair pink. It's not like I'm bald up under here, y'all. That's the reason why I post pictures of my natural hair regularly, so y'all can see that shit. and know that I do not wake up looking like this, bro. I don't wake up looking like okay.
So you do that just so you be like, hey, don't try it. We got hair under here. You know what I'm saying? But it's going right back under another wig.
Protective styling, yes, sir.
So you said you ain't never missed. So what kind of areas do you feel like you have failures in? Like what's your biggest failure? And what'd you learn from that experience? Hopefully you grew.
Do you mean failure? Do you mean like my most negative trait? What do you mean by that?
Well, not necessarily a trait, but like, I mean, if your trait it led to a big failure, but maybe something like you tried to do and it was just like, well, that didn't work, or you know what I'm saying? You said every time you shoot your shot, it always lands. But I'm saying in other aspects, maybe work related, maybe aspirational, or you just hitting every shot and everything. Look at you, like I don't compute. I never fail. Oh me.
Leo. I'm a Leo, honey. We don't.
Here we go.
No.
Go.
But honestly, let me be 100% candid with you. Like,
Okay.
I feel like that's the reason why I don't fail is because I don't shoot as many shots as I should be shooting. Like, am I not failing? Am I not missing these shots because I'm landing easy ones?
I was gonna say maybe that is the failure, is like, you know what I'm saying, setting yourself up short, because like you could definitely be scoring 3-pointers instead of doing layups all day. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just me, like, that's my comfort zone. Like, I work
right.
You know what I'm saying? But imagine if I just worked 5% harder, 10% harder, 30% harder. If I push myself outside of my comfort zone,
then you
like,
go plus ultra.
I'm truly gonna be unstoppable. And I need to stop like talking to myself and telling myself, like, you can't do that. You can't pull that off. You can't play these games. You can't enter these spaces. You're not gonna be accepted there. They're gonna put you in a box. Don't let them put you in a fucking box. Bust out that bitch and show them who you is, you know? 'Cause we only have one life, right? We only have one life.
Hey.
So why spend it doing mediocre shit?
Listen, I'm loving the energy, you know what I'm saying? The persona. And I know you said, IRL, you may be a little shy, but this energy you giving me, like, it comes so natural. Like, I'm like, dang. So like, would you say that's like a character, or is it just like, if you in your zone with, comfortable with certain people, then you can kind of like blossom?
If I'm comfortable, that's another thing. Like,
by the way, I said blossom because you got pink hair, but you know what I'm saying, and that probably went over everybody's head. I be throwing, you know what I'm saying,
awesome.
You know what I'm saying.
Commander and the Anyway,
no, but go ahead.
So I feel like I can be comfortable around you. I can be comfortable around Kai because I'm comfortable with you guys. So you get to see more of my personality. With my community, it's the same way. Like, I'm comfortable with them. They make me feel like I can be myself. And so I feel like that needs to translate to real life, so I can kind of bust out of my box, like my internet persona, and bring that into my real life. You know what I'm saying? Instead of living this, not mundane, but I don't really go out that much. I don't know. It's just when I'm at home, I'm kind of quiet. When I'm on stream, I'm kind of loud. And I feel like there's this loud little person. Yeah, there's this loud person inside of me that wants to bust out. Now, it could also be because I'm bipolar. So we'll figure that out a little later. Maybe I should be medicated.
No, I was gonna ask, did you is that like what's it called? Like, I was gonna say prescribed, not prescribed, but is that like, did a doctor diagnose? Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. Are you diagnosed, or is it kind of like, because I know a lot of people, and I feel that's also unfair. It's like a lot of people will just be like, I'm this, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, there's people out here who's like, I need some help. And it's like, people like, oh, I'm so silly, but I'm bipolar. And you're like, oh, for real? Well, I mean, I ain't. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, this shit, like, let me describe bipolarism to you in case anybody's confused. It looks like we got a question in chat from Lois Lane too. Baby, I'm going to answer your question in a second.
We're going to pull that up.
What bipolarism is, like, depending on what type it is, because there's two different types. The type that I have, like, I have periods where I'm super hyper and super manic and just want to go all over the place. I get so much done because I'm so hyper. Then I have periods where I can't even get out of bed. I just want to lay in bed all day and sleep, So on those days, it's just extra hard to get up, and you have to realize, like, it's a brain chemical imbalance. Let me go eat some ice cream. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I do need medicine. I used to smoke a lot of weed. I don't anymore. I don't anymore because I felt like that was making me more anxious.
Mm.
But but yeah, it's just finding what works with you, talking to a medical professional. Like I already have issues, so I just try to keep my doctor in the loop on everything. I was on medicine for a while, but I did not like the way it made me feel. I was never this bubbly person. I was always like a zombie. So
It's always some side
it,
effect that it's like it's worse than like I mean you stopped this problem, but this other
yeah.
problem got me thinking worse things. You know,
hmm Yeah, so that's why it's always important to keep your doctor in
mm,
the loop on things
in the
so they
loop.
can adjust
Okay,
as necessary. I know Lizzie shares the same issues as me, so it's cool to find people on the
right,
internet
right.
who are experiencing and dealing with these same things, and they can kind of talk you through things and be like your mentor and your buddy when you're feeling bad. Call me like, hey, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
I feel
so
like specifically because I feel like that we got to rephrase that because I feel like yeah, people gonna get in some dangerous situations. Like it's dope finding people on the internet, but I would say like the Twitch
yeah,
community specifically, like in our circle of like our bubble, like we find a lot of people with like common goals and stuff like that. So it is kind of dope. But Lois Lane says when tuning in, all I hear is somebody needs female friends, just like females need male friends. My question is it possible for a man who is in a relationship to have female friends without thinking about having physical relations to said female friends? Oh, I get that's questions
I
for
think
me.
that's a question for you. That's a question
Hey
for
man, I
you.
said tune in and ask double some questions. No. So okay, so the specific question, Black Tenno, what's good? Welcome in, welcome in. So the
Hello.
specific question is it possible for a man who's in a relationship to have female friends without thinking about having physical relationships to said female friends? Yes, I think it's 100% possible because like I feel like we think a little differently in the sense of like okay, like for instance, like a lot of women. I also never like to say all insert category. Never do, you know what I'm saying? Because I always feel like anytime you say all such and such, you're automatically wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I feel though that most women, it's like let's say you're in a bad mood. Um, Having relations is not what's going to fix the mood. It's like you really trying to get some right now while I'm feeling like XYZ, while guys will be like, dang, I'm in a bad mood. And it could be like, you could be like, oh, so you want to do this? And like, I mean that might help, you know what I'm saying? So I think the thought process is different. So in a sense of like when I say that most guys will probably, smash their female friends if the chance arises, is not necessarily because I'm not saying guys are walking around thinking like, dang, I can't wait to smash this chick. It's just more so like it's easy to flip that switch, I feel like, for us more than it is for you guys. So yeah, I think it's 100% possible to have female friends. I have female friends I've never even considered, and some of them are not happy with that. But at the same time, I do feel like it'll be easier for a female to just be like, you know what, come through, and then he'd be like, he might not even be into her, and just be like, I mean, all right, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. So Double, how did you come up with your persona? Because we're not gonna call it a character, but like with your name and everything like that. Like tell the people.
I came up with Double D. I was D Town 21 for
Mm-hmm.
a long time, like since high school, because one of my friends, I moved from Dallas to my hometown, and a lot of people would just call me D Town, and that just kind of stuck for a while. But when I decided that I was gonna stream, I was like, I don't really like D Town. I feel like that was high school me, and I'm somebody else
Ooh,
now.
elevated.
I'm somebody else. So I tried to think of like a character that I liked a lot, and a character that had the same first or same initial as me somewhere in their name. And Double D was the first thing I thought of one day. I was looking no shit at my bra, and I was like, Double D, that got a ring to it. And I was like, Double D, Ed and Nettie, brr, duh, you know.
Hold on. Hey, that's crazy for multiple reasons. Because, like, obviously, I feel like some things like guys can get away with, or even bring it up. They'd be like, "Hey, I think this," you know what I'm saying? Because I would have never guessed or even went there with like if I were to like guess, hey, how you think she got her name? You know what I'm saying? For
Okay.
obvious reasons. But when my sister was in one of the streams, we were doing some word game association thing, and you was in there, and I think either your picture was or something like that. We was doing something, and then she was like, why you draw it like that? Her name is Double D or something. She had made a joke about it. And I was like, let me not respond to that one. Let me not respond about the but it's funny because you're like, yeah, so I just looked at my bro and I was like, yeah.
Well, that's that. Well,
Part of it. Part of it. Yeah, I know it's only part of it.
It's part of it. But another thing
Yeah.
too, the reason why I decided to go with it was because like if you look at successful female streamers, like most of them are sucking the mic, most of them are doing ASMR, most of them are like wearing super revealing clothes. And I wanted to, if you go look at my early VODs, like I just wanted to be like, yeah, my name is Double D, but I'm a big streamer because I'm twice the gamer that you are, you know, like I'm double, you know, bubbly. So what's up, Bo? So like when I did that, I wanted to be like, yeah, I'm turning this fucking thing of like hyper feminism, hyper like slut, like all of that. I'm turning it on its head and delivering content that I'm actually playing games. Most of the time I stream, I'm playing video games. Like I rarely do just chatting streams because I'm not here to be ogled or to idolize, nothing like that. And I know my name is a little misleading when you think about it. But I'm smart. I'm double. I'm like Double D. I'm like Double D from Ed, Edd n Eddy. I'm the smart one. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here giving you facts and giving you dope ass plays. That's me.
What's good, Vo? What's good, Vo? We have another question from the audience. But before that, yeah, I will say when I first saw your Twitch name, ironically, you know, me and Double, we have this ongoing battle for the rest of our lives where I'm a Batman fan and she hates Batman. But honestly, when first of all, we're not going back and forth right now. I'm just gonna say that like when I first saw your name, because I think we had talked prior to meeting on Twitch. We already was talking, I think, yeah.
In a Facebook group.
Right. And then while we was chatting, I think either we had mentioned Batman or something, but we didn't say nothing negative or positive about it. I think it just came up. But so when I finally came to your Twitch, I read this as like, do you bleed? Because it was just big. It was big around then with the when he was like, yeah. And then Superman asked him to say, you know, it was like a big thing. So I was like, oh, she's a real big Batman fan. Turns out she hates it.
Let me clarify. I don't like Batman. But Batman villains are the best villains in DC. Let me say that. He got the best villains. He do. They're literally the best villains in the DC universe. In a
prior discussion, we said that y'all blame Batman for the villains being there in the first place. So in a way, y'all saying y'all give him credit for the best villains there are. You feel what I'm saying? Thank you, Batman. We appreciate you.
So you're just going to ignore their origin stories? Batman didn't cause them to become.
Well, I'm not the one who said he's the one.
Batman is the one that keeps them coming back, putting them in Arkham, knowing they're gonna break out. You know
listen. He knows how much I love him. It's
if Batman got so much money, if Batman got so much money, why don't he build a facility that can house these criminal psychology patients? Why can't he house them in one of the facilities like the Batcave? If he got all this money and all this technology and he's rich and he's smart, he's supposed to be like the smartest DC character.
Right.
He can't build a facility to house all these people.
I hear you.
Just want to beat their ass up over a loaf of bread, bro.
Right, Vo. They already explained that, so I'm guessing you on our team right here. But listen, let me say this. You was talking earlier about being on set and saying like, dang, look at all these moving parts, all these different things that happen that like, dang, you would think someone just think of a movie and boom, make it. But it's like so many moving parts, right? You got the director, you got the lights is by somebody else. That's the gaffer. You got, you know, the best boy, you got assistant director, you got the person who, there's somebody who literally their whole job is to focus the camera while somebody else is pointing where it points. Everybody got different jobs. That being said, the biggest complaint that people have about Batman be like, he's not doing everybody's job. So y'all want him to, not only figure out what crimes are about to happen, y'all want him to stop the crimes, and y'all want him to like, oh, why he ain't build a facility to put the men in it?
I didn't say that.
What do y'all want the rest of the city to do?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
You're overgeneralizing. I no, he's not the law, and he doesn't consider himself above it.
He considers himself an enforcer.
Right.
But one who
But
operates
y'all are
outside the law.
Y'all are fucking forgetting who is Batman.
Exactly,
He's Bruce
Vo.
Wayne. He's Bruce Wayne. What does Bruce Wayne do for Gotham? He provides them with buildings. He lends charity. He does all that shit.
Okay.
His daddy built the fucking train. Did y'all forget that shit? In the middle of fucking town, public transportation. But you telling me he can't? You telling me he can't re-up the damn Arkham facility with some gadgets?
Okay.
It don't gotta be the shit that he got.
So like, you know how in since you're history
Bruce
buff,
does a lot, bro. I like Bruce more than Batman.
Look. You know how we have, judge, jury, executioner. We have, different branches of the government, so that way we will, even though it's still flawed, the purpose of it is so there'll be checks and balances. If he capturing you and putting you in his own personal jail and deciding whether or not to kill you,
no, that's not what I'm saying.
Crazy. Like,
that's not what I'm saying.
He doesn't want that type of power, so he just beat your ass one time, and he like, yo, you come out.
One, I'm not saying that because it wouldn't be his jail. It would be the city of Gotham's jail. They would run it. They would have all the technology.
But if they run it, it's the same thing as the current jail that they have now.
No.
You just want him to own it?
No. I'm not saying him own it. I'm saying he donate the technology or give the police funding to make Arkham better, because that's what Bruce Wayne does. Bruce Wayne tries to help pull Gotham up from the gutter. Like, if you read the comics, read the comics, Bruce Wayne, he's a philanthropist. That's what all rich people do. They donate money to charities. So what's stopping him from donating to the city to fix Arkham? That's my prerogative right there. Like, why can't he? How many corrupt officers? A lot of them are in there. But what I'm saying is he could make better facilities by giving money, donating money to them.
But I'm saying giving money is not what's going to
He's building He's building orphanages, but he doesn't run them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like, listen, so if he builds gives the police more money, and they, like, let's say there's corrupt police in there, and he gives them money to do whatever they do, it's not gonna stop them from being corrupt. They just gonna have more money.
Hey, guess who he give it to? Commissioner Gordon. What are you saying? What are you saying to me? What are you saying? Is Commissioner Gordon dirty now?
No, but I'm saying Commissioner Gordon doesn't.
What about the mayor? They determine where the money goes.
That neighbor dirty. But all right, let's jump back for a second. So we got Lois Lane. She says, to explain further, I asked my man why he doesn't have any female friends, and he said that it is impossible for him to have platonic female friends that are attractive, because he might want to do the cha-cha slide with said platonic attractive female friends. Now listen, as a fellow dancer, you know what I'm saying, you hear the cha-cha slide music. No. What I'm trying to say is, if each person is different, obviously. Just like right now, somebody could be like, nah, I can't drink, because when I drink, I turn up. You know what I'm saying? So I don't put myself in that type of environment to even get there. But it doesn't mean to say that nobody should drink. You feel what I'm saying? So if he knows himself like that, and he's like, hey, I'm already know the line, I'm not gonna cross, that's more power to him. But it's not to say that men can't be friends with women. It's just that he knows that he can't, and I respect that. How you feel about that, Double?
Sis, let me talk to you real quick, because I feel like if he's saying that he can't control himself around, like,
you say it's already a problem.
That's a problem. That's a red flag to me, because what are you doing at work? Do you have attractive coworkers that you bond with? Like, now I'm curious, and now I'm gonna be insecure, because why would you even tell me some shit like that? Like, do you need to have on like a chastity belt where I can zap your dick from across the room, or what? Like, what are you saying to me?
Baby, I was just trying to pee. I wasn't pulling it out for something else. Please stop. No, but here's my thing also, though. Sometimes things are like, dang, I know the word in another language. I'm trying to think of the English word for it, but it's meddam. I don't know the English word for it, but it's like when someone, okay, for instance, right now, like if I was hungry, and instead of saying, babe, I'm hungry, I'd be like, oh man, I really wish I could eat right now. I'm so starving, in hopes that you take that information and apply it. So it's possible that he might be like, yeah, because I'm displaying, I don't think men and women can be friends at all. So if he sees you with a whole bunch of male friends, he's gonna be like, then you be like, what are you doing? And he's kind of like, remember I told you I don't have female friends, because I don't think that works. Clear out your male database. You know what I'm saying? So he might be dropping subliminals.
Do you have male friends, Lois Lane?
Don't answer that. Don't answer that. Don't answer that.
No, I'm asking because he might really, and this might be a serious conversation you need
Right.
to have with
I
your
think
man
so.
and be like, hey, like, does it bother you that I have friend X, Y, and Z? This is conversations that I've had to have with like people I was talking to, while
Hmm.
streaming. Because it did come up a lot. Like, I don't like how friendly you are with this person. I don't like how he talks to you, this, that, and the other. And you have to, and I'm gonna say dating streamers is not for the weak hearted. If you can't date a streamer if you're insecure,
Right.
it's just
Your whole
not.
job is to give yourself to the people.
It's just not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Now there are certain lines that you have to talk to your partner about. Like,
Right.
does this
Right.
make you uncomfortable? Like, I can make sure this doesn't happen. I can avoid doing this. Like, you don't want me to call people baby. Like, I can stop doing that, but that's not an issue because I'm from the country. We call everybody baby. I'm sorry, baby,
Ooh-wee.
honey, sweetie. We do all that. So.
Yeah, Vo says, I feel like it's a personal thing regardless of which gender because some women cannot control themselves as well. He said Black Snake Moan. But anyways, have y'all seen that movie? I was a kid seeing it, I was like, oh me, this is crazy. Nah, that was good, y'all. Da-da-da. They talking about platonic friends, dating streamers, and being platonic. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm easygoing, so it's not a problem for me. Yeah, I think off the just straight up, it should be said that like I don't think there's a rule across the board. I think each couple should create their own boundaries and their own rules amongst themselves of like, hey, we don't do this versus just like,
Exactly.
well, boyfriends and girlfriends aren't supposed to do that. I think that's crazy to just like try to fit into a pre cookie cuttered shape when y'all could just grow with each other and decide amongst yourselves what makes y'all comfortable and uncomfortable. So if you
That's right.
easygoing and it's not a problem for you, hey, enjoy yourself. If you feel like it is a problem for you, express that. So later on down the line, you ain't feeling like you bottling up some craziness. Let them know straight up, hey, listen, I don't like this and this. I'm just saying that. If it don't work, it don't work. Emphasize what Wobbly we said about content creators and relationships.
Yep.
Well, what would you say about content creators and relationships?
It's not for the weak hearted. It's not for the weak heart. That's a big word for Elmo. It's not for the weak hearted.
I
You
don't
know
have
what
that
I'm
sound. I'm
saying?
sorry. I'm not as cool as you,
I have
Double.
that sign.
I
Yeah.
know. It's your sound. Every time I hear it, I'm like,
Yeah.
I be so stressed out because it sounds like it's coming from where I'm at. And then I'm like, what? I'm like, oh yeah, that's her sound. Okay. But yeah,
Yeah. I think that you need to let people know up front, like, hey, I stream. And sometimes people are flirty in chat. Sometimes like I wear shit like this. I mean, it's not I could wear this to church.
what
Um,
church she going to? No, I'm playing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? As long as you're not actively cheating, like sending them personal pics or getting intimate. But
right,
also
exactly.
but I think even that line is defined by you and your mate. You know what I'm saying? Like what do
Right,
you
because you have
consider
to think
cheating
about
and
the
what's
OnlyFans girlies.
intimate? Yeah, because even that, like they send in stuff like that regularly. And also as far as like getting intimate, even the word intimate, like some people will be like, oh, you got intimate because you smashed, but it's like intimate. An intimate moment could be like y'all chilled and like vibed and just felt like something like that could be really intimate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, or that could be intimate. There's so many definitions, so I feel like you know what I'm saying? That just depends on you and yours. Mike's was super jealous and like projects some trifling onto me. Mind you, I was interacting with other creators in my fan base. I never did. None wild. Not the OnlyFans. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's that. See, that the whole world has shifted into a space where it's kind of like you really have to create your own definition because
Mhm.
like, just like you said, yeah, as long as my girl ain't sending pictures, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, hey, that's my job to send pictures. What then? And it's like,
Exactly,
oh, so
exactly. And then the thing with I think a lot of I don't know, it might not be a lot of female streamers in chat right now, but just so you guys know, like a lot of females don't disclose their relationship status
right.
on Twitch because like it lowers their potential of being seen on Twitch, which is another fucked up thing, right?
Right,
That we
right.
have to kind of talk about.
But it's
But
always
like,
been like that though. Like even in the artist realm in general, like
yeah,
when Usher was making hella sales and as soon as he had announced he was married to that one lady that had looked like That one lady, yeah. But his sales started dropping like crazy because it's like your fans, even if they don't ever have a chance of seeing you ever, they just want like it's possible she's attainable or he's attainable. As soon as they're like, oh, okay, he's boot up.
And I will tell you that causes so much strain. Like female streamers are some of the most loneliest people because most times you're gonna be with a guy who wants to be seen on like your stream, wants to be seen on your Instagram, wants to just be like associated with you. And it's so hard to try to explain how Twitch is if they aren't on Twitch. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like it's very difficult as a female streamer to deal with this. And then you don't want to date another streamer because you know that they're going to be busy all the time because you're busy all the time too.
Right.
Then you know that women are pining after them as well. See, bro,
I see you.
Sorry. You know that. Like,
Tedo is wild in here right now.
Your man gonna get.
Hey, listen. So I would say, Guapo, what's good? What's good? Oh, I thought you was already following, but welcome in. Hey, listen. What I think it's interesting that like Tino draws the line. He said, you know, hey, if I'm dating an OnlyFans girl, she can go out there. She just can't go out there and have sex with him. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, people go act different. Like clapping those cheeks is exclusive to me. You know what I'm saying? But his standards just changed like immediately from like, hey, don't send no pictures to, you know what, just let me be the only one clapping the cheeks. That's crazy. But I will say I think it's hard the other way around too, because like a lot of times like girls would be like vibing with me when I'm out and about, like on set or something, I'm filming whatever. Then like they're like, oh yeah, also I stream, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you gonna be doing this afternoon? Oh, I'm about to hop on the stream. And they're like, oh, you playing the games and stuff? I feel like, man, I don't really have time for the games and stuff like that. And it's just like, they don't understand, like, sometimes like stuff like this, like right now we in the stream, we talking to the people in the chat, we making a podcast, whatever. It's not always playing games, but even when we are, like you said, we be finding people in the community. Like this is like mental medicine sometimes. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know, it's just crazy how people think about some things. Let's see if we could catch up on chat. Okay.
Marcos, good, my guy.
Yes, I just kidding myself. Thank you. So both of us being busy is not a problem for me as long as we have designated time for us.
And
yeah,
I'm not worried about like both.
He said if.
Like I prefer my man to be busy. I'm just saying, like you understand, like since you're so busy and you know you stream on these days, your man might stream on these other days or at the same time as you. So then you can't play games with them. So like, when is the time for me to play games with you if you playing games with the world? I don't know. I don't think I would date a gaming streamer. I would date like a music streamer.
I think it could work in the sense of like, cause like I found even in like running. Oh yeah, I see Rochi would say you're double and jam in one spot. Hey, yo, yeah, you saw it here first. But listen, I feel like cause like, you know, I run a company and within that I found it's like I'll do like crazy content and edits for other people, right? But then like if you pull up to my YouTube, it'd be like, what, yo, when's the last time you dropped a video? Or when's the, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like sometimes doing stuff for myself is like, dang, I'll push that to the back burner, or I'll be like, I'll do that later, you know, and then later becomes even later. Or it's like, you know, friends and family like, hey, let's hang out. And I'm like, yeah, we can hang out. But then like if somebody books something, I'm like, reschedule because I got to go do this booking, right? So I found like I'll just schedule it, you know what I'm saying, just as if it was a booking. And I have so much more extra time for like myself and for like friends and family. I just like dedicate like, hey, no matter what, this Saturday is for us to do whatever. Babe, Saturday, gaming. Like that's just our gaming. Oh, we gonna which stream we gonna hop on? Neither. It's just us. You know what I'm saying? So you could still make that work if you like, you know, have the discipline for it properly.
Right. Like
Leia, welcome in.
That's why I said, like, I would probably date a music streamer. You know what I'm saying? We don't step on each other's toes. Like, some days we can do, like, a co-stream, you know?
Co-streams like, for the win.
I'm going to let you do your thing. Let me do my thing. You can't come in here scaring away all my community. You know what I'm saying?
She said, I am not. You going to go to the date and take the picture of the date and not the person. That's what you talk about. Where you
I've done that on multiple occasions. What are you saying? Multiple occasions.
Like, but this dude
something that comes with dating me, bro. Like, especially if I'm not serious, I'm not finna bro. And like 6 months when we break up and we're not talking anymore, your picture's still gonna be on my Instagram. You a fucking liar because you're not even gonna be on there in the first place.
Damn.
When I get engaged, y'all are gonna be like, "Fuck, she's engaged." And I'll be like, "Yes."
Hey yo, Tenno, this question is for you. It says, but would an OnlyFans girl date Tenno?
Damn, Lala.
Right. She just came in with the heat. Oh man, models is not a problem. Okay, that's if. Okay, I dated OnlyFans. Reese, hell yeah, you'd be surprised since you want to be that disrespectful. Wait, play games with streamer, can't play with your streamer other because you don't want to run. I do know a couple. Do you guys know? Oh, of course you know Double, because you've watched Evil Dead since you love all horror films. Evil Dead series. Oh man, his name just slipped my head while I was about to say it. Ash, what's his real name? Bruce Campbell. It just hit me. All right, Bruce Campbell. His son is a Twitch streamer, and we kind of cool on Twitch. And him and his son and his son and his wife. No, not his. Okay, Bruce's son and his daughter-in-law, because his son and his son's wife, they are a couple who stream at the same time. Stop it. And they stream. They have like the days that they stream. And then sometimes they co-stream and they like in the same space, and I mean they're pretty successful with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if the Campbell last name helps him, but
let me tell you why they're successful with that. Do you think they have full-time jobs?
I think at one point they did. I don't think they do right now. Right now I think they just do content. You know what I'm saying? They are content creators, but that stresses my point that like a content creator, another content creator, like, you know, Vo says, my goal is to wife up another gaming streamer. When she's selling, I can go into the next room and invite. Oh wait, never mind. I'm sorry I read that. Vo. That's the opposite of what's going to convince her to do that when I was involved, because I got to make content to edit. All right, so I have a question for you that triggers a lot of women in the community, and I'll go back to the chat. Okay. Not in the gaming community, just in general. Like, I watch a lot of videos on YouTube that, like, every time a woman is asked this, they seem to be like, how?
Upset?
Yeah. So let me, I want to know. No. I just know that you're so open. You know what I'm saying? You're so cool that I could ask you anything and we good to go. You know what I'm saying? All right. So don't do your face like that while I ask the question, because you're making me nervous. You know what I'm saying? All right. So, you know, like you said, you shoot, whenever you shoot your shot, it go in. You know what I'm saying? You don't miss. You pull who you pull. You know what I'm saying? And then we was talking about keeping a man. So my question to you, Double, is what do you specifically bring to the table? Bring to the table. What do you bring to the table?
What do I bring? I am the table.
I knew he was gonna say that. I hate that question. You know what I'm saying?
do hate that question.
Why you hate it? Why you hate it?
One, okay, if you want to talk about what I financially bring to the table, I make more than most of the men that I've dated in my life. Wait, except for excluding one, I make more than them. Like, so, and I don't care about that. I don't care about that. The man needs to pay for everything. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's 2022. I'm gonna make sure me and mine are good, you know? So like, I didn't need you before to take care of me. I take care of myself. So like, there's that.
I didn't need you energy. That's what she bring.
Two, I feel like any relationship I've been in, I've been like the balance. If they were calm and relaxed and all that, I brought the energy. You see what I'm saying? I'm smart. So it's not just, you know, we have sex and we go to movies and this and that and the other. We actually have deep conversations. When people are down, I like to cheer them up. I don't like other people being sad. And that's really funny because I'm sad like 7 days of the week. You know what I'm saying? I wake up sad as fuck. But I can't have my partner being sad. I'm gonna do what I can to cheer them up. One of my love languages is gift giving. So like random gifts, that's what I do all the time. And it's not about the cost of the gift. It's not that I'm materialistic or anything like that. It's just, I thought about you when I saw this. I know you're gonna like it. I know it's something you need. Here you go. You know what I'm saying? And I'm definitely more of a giver than a receiver.
Okay, I think you had a pretty like W answer, but the thing is like most people, like when you ask them something like that, even on both sides, like a lot of women will either say I am the table, which you said at first, but or they'll say like
Exactly, and that's why. That's
right.
why.
But
That's
here's the thing
exactly
though.
why to know.
He said every intense and stupid thing might no. But what I mean by that is kind of like this. Like a lot of people will be like, okay, so I got my own money or whatever, but like they don't necessarily feel like utilizing it. And I feel that's kind of like if you go to somebody's barbecue, right? And then they're like, hey, what you brought to put on the table? And then you'd be like, I got food at home. And they're like, but you didn't bring that to the table if you're not contributing that. Because like a lot of women will say like, yeah, I make my own money for myself. Oh, are you going to pay some of the bills? And they're like, no. Are you going to use that for anything? No. So you're not necessarily bringing it to the table. You just happen to have that. But that's not answering the question. You know what I'm saying?
It is answering the question. And I agree with Tino. It is kind of a dumb question. And that's not to attack you or anything. That's just
attack me. I'm here for it.
The reason why it's a dumb question is it's like, oh, I'm going to be with this person because they have this, they have that, they have a great credit score, they got a degree, they got money, like this and that. And that's not why you should be in a relationship in the first place. You should be in a relationship with somebody that you have feelings for, that you love. And then you think about the other stuff later. Like you think about marriage when you think about, can I build a life with this person? Is this person going to be in debt? Do I have to take care of this person? Like, do they have medical issues? Am I going to have to take care of this person for the rest of my life? Because those are things that you have to consider when you get married. Like, is this going to work as a partnership, right? But initially, you shouldn't be asking what people bring to the table because you need to be feeling that person.
I feel you. I feel you.
And then it's not in most cases. And most hold on. In most cases,
I told you this question was the question. Like, look at it.
in most cases, like if you love a person enough, you're willing to do what you can to help them better themselves so they can be the table. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't like this all my entire life. Like I'm like this because of past relationships that I've been in.
That you've learned from. And
very good men motivating me to be better, to go out and apply for those jobs that I didn't think I was good enough for, you know? So I just think that in general, you just need to focus on how you feel about that person. And if you feel about that person enough, you love them, or you have very deep like, you're going to do what you can to make sure that when y'all get a fucking dining table, that both of y'all got food on that bitch.
Right. So, but here's the thing though. I'm not saying that this is a question that you ask to vet the person you're talking to. Like you said, once you feel somebody, you're going to learn some things, but I feel like it's a question that you ask for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So like for instance, like in a previous relationship that, you know, things ended or whatever, instead of like thinking like, oh man, this bitch, you know what I'm saying? She did that. I thought to myself like, okay, so what are some things that I bring? Like I offer, not necessarily specifically money, but in general, whether it's like my mindset, my skills, or my personality, like what things do I bring? What comes with me that make me either better or worse, or what I need to improve on? You know what I'm saying?
I feel like then the better phrasing of that question would have been like, what do you think is attractive about your personality? What qualities do you have that?
But not just personality alone, because even though I don't think it's a money thing, but yeah, like just in general, like what do you offer? Like what are your
qualities do you have?
You know what I'm saying? Like even when you playing video games, when you picking your character, you looking at what does this character offer before I pick him. You know what I'm saying?
I look at if the ass fat. That's what I look at.
and that don't usually last very long. That don't last a long time.
Loba's a bad bitch. Bad bitches always finish it. Loba's a bad bitch. Moira used to be a bad bitch.
Hey, listen, y'all listen to her on this particular point. You gonna have a good time for a little while. You know what I'm saying? Then you're gonna be like, damn. She don't do that. She don't do that.
No. What we're not gonna do is dismiss like that you have to be attracted to your partner.
No, yeah. But I'm saying that's one of the things you bring though. That could be one of the things. I'm not saying you dismiss it. I'm just saying you just ask yourself, what do I bring? You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't necessarily have to be money, but it doesn't have to be attractiveness. It could be one and or combination of the other, but it's just what are those things? Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're asking yourself that, it doesn't necessarily mean you're saying that you don't do something. It just means you're just kind of like, let me do a genuine check on myself. Like, what do I have to offer? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, I would say,
Cause even with Tino saying, he said, yeah, I care more about emotional support, like having us both be happy. But guess what though? You see, that's the thing. When people hear that question, there's certain questions that as soon as you hear it, it's an automatic trigger, right? Because that's
I
something
don't
to
think that
bring.
question is triggering.
Well,
I
not
just
necessarily
think
for you, but in general, like most people, they're like, "Oh, I hate that question because I don't care about money. I just want her to give me emotional support." But
no, no,
emotional
no, no,
support
no.
is something she could bring to the table. That's
My thing
something.
is, you have to see it from other people's point of
Right,
view.
right.
Like some
And I want to make
people,
sure you
that
commercial.
question does not trigger, right? Other people see that as like you trying to promote all the things you can do for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? When that's really not how you fall in love. You don't fall in love with somebody's money. You don't fall in love with somebody's
Right,
degree.
right.
You
And it
fall
can't
in
be
love with the
alone.
person
Yeah.
they are, right?
That's why I
Or
agree
is
with
the
you.
Betty?
Even on the guy side, like if a guy, the only thing he brings to the table is that he could pay your bills, that's not necessarily, you know what I'm saying, its only thing, as well as like, you know, there's certain other things. Like imagine if you find somebody who could pay the bills and keep you know what I'm saying, keep you excited about life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like versus someone who just has the money. Might not, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like different things you bring. Some people can only bring money. Some people can only bring personality. Some people can bring a combination of it. Some people could bring creativity. Some people could be your, you know, there's a lot of things that you could possibly or potentially bring. You know what I'm saying?
You're.
Yeah. So how you think children feel what you bringing, John? I'm bringing Kai. Kai, my plus one everywhere we go. Hey, you want me? You want Kai. You feel what I'm saying?
Hey, why is Kai coming with you? Did y'all become besties or something? Did I get replaced?
He would never replace you, and he would never publicly admit that even if he did. It's just a package deal. Hey, listen. Hey, you want listen. He said, huh? Hey, oh, them documents didn't make it to your place yet? You didn't get that? You didn't get that? All right, we'll talk about it later.
He will scratch the fuck out of you.
Yeah. Why is bestie title always in danger?
Bro,
Right.
don't love me no
That's
more.
a good
really
question.
crazy.
That's a good
That's
question.
really crazy.
He says, why is his bestie title always in danger? Every stream he pulls up at, he has to defend his bestie title to you. Like,
Have y'all seen Five Heartbeats? Have y'all seen Five Heartbeats?
Yeah, I've seen it.
If you haven't seen the Five Heartbeats, there's a scene where JT and Duck are trying to pull this female. Anyway, she's at the table at this diner looking all good, looking like how she looking fine in the 90s and all that shit. And defend that way, defend it, yes. Anyway, her boyfriend comes back from the bathroom and he's like, I gotta fight every night to prove my love. That's how I feel with being Kai bestie, bro. Because every time I turn around, niggas sitting at the table trying to be your bestie, and I thought it was me and Mills. So can you please come to me, Kai? Why I gotta fight every night?
What's good? He's out to fight. All right, so listen, that's Cap. We're gonna take a quick little break. You know what I'm saying? Like a quick, maybe like 1 minute break. So you know what I'm saying? Then you can get your water, get whatever you need real quick, and then we're gonna hop back into the second part of the conversation. Okay? This where it gets saucy, y'all. So don't go. All right, I'll be right back. All right. Did you get your water? You good to go? Double? All right, hold on. I think you're muted right now. Keep talking.
A, B, C, D.
Oh, there you go. All right, cool. I had to turn up this knob. All right. Turn me up. I'll just be out here ready. Okay, so let's go back to your field of study. You know what I'm saying? And then if it leads to this wildness again, then so be it. But how'd you decide? What made you decide? Like, you know what? I'm gonna study history. Like, where's that love and passion come from?
That's actually a cool story. Well, anyhow, my original major was nursing. I was gonna be a nurse, but from 5th grade all the way until 2019, I was on dialysis, which is a super harsh thing that you have to go through when your kidneys don't work. So I spent a lot of my early childhood, adolescence, and early adulthood in a hospital, right? And I just sat there and was thinking in one of my anatomy classes, like, damn, do I really want to be a nurse? Do I really want to spend the rest of my life like in a hospital, like 3 days a week at dialysis, 3 days a week at work? Like, I don't want to do that shit. There's so much death that goes on in dialysis centers and in hospitals. I didn't want to spend my life like that. So I was sitting in history class, which is one of your prereqs that you have to take when you're getting a liberal arts degree. And I was just sitting there and I was like so enthralled by what my teacher was talking about. He was talking about Native Americans in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, damn, I have always been curious about the history of our people that we didn't learn in high school. Um,
Facts.
the history of Egyptian history. I'm actually doing an Egyptian history stream tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah,
just
look out for
something that
that. The
I'm just
information is right up underneath twitch.tv/Doublee Duh with an underscore after the E.
yeah, here. I've just always been interested in how things progressed to be what they are now. And it always has to do with something that happened in the past that's either a cause of like a document that was signed or the actions of one person, the decisions of another group,
Mm.
and just how the world developed. It's so fucking interesting and fascinating to see how things became the way they are, you know? And I think it's super underrated. I think it's a super underrated subject that a lot of people don't care about these days. So
Mm-hmm.
my goal when I switched my major was to um, be an elementary, middle school, high school history teacher. And the further I got along, and the more that I realized that public education is not the way to go, like K through 12 in Texas, they have removed so much history because they think it's critical race theory, which is that's not what it is. It's just history. There's no way to frame that in a positive light sometimes.
Right,
Um,
right.
but anyhow, I wanted to be that educator that came in and just told everybody what it was and let them form their own opinions about what happened. Um, I realized in Texas I wouldn't be able to do that because they have uh, books that they have to teach from. They have curriculum that's picked by the state. That's fucking stupid. It's a red state. Anyhow, it's a pretty great place to live otherwise. But no, we're like fucking like 40th in education because we got these dumbass people who've never taught a class in their life, like picking what we teach. So
Mm.
I decided to just go get a full history degree so I could teach at the collegiate level. Um, all students have to take at least one history course when they get to college. So I wanted to be that teacher that got them interested, like, hey, I need to know more about this
Wait, wait,
and
wait!
maybe
Don't leave! Don't
inspire them.
leave! I got something cool to tell you about. That's how you'll be like in your class, like, hey, hold on,
Yeah,
hold on,
yeah, yeah,
hold on,
yeah. Yeah, exactly.
hold
And I don't know. I don't know if you guys do this, but if I see something that I'm unfamiliar with, I automatically go Google it. Like
Rabbit
when I
hole.
used to be, yeah, I go down rabbit holes all the time. I used to be one of those people that watched the ID channel and learned about like unsolved historical murder mysteries and all of that. So I would go try to do my own research and develop my own list of suspects. Like I was really deep in this shit. Like it's just fascinating to me. Food history is phenomenal.
So all
Learning how
history. You
different
said
dishes.
food history and
Food
everything.
history was my favorite fucking
Jeez.
class. Food history was so fucking fun. We found a recipe that was like some ancient bread or some shit, how they used to make bread back in the day. And we tried to make that in class and it was not hidden for nothing. But it was still interesting
Was
because
it
we got to
edible?
eat.
At least was it edible?
It was a little hard. It was a little hard. But I mean, it's just cool to see how people before us lived and how every decision they made impact us today. So
Facts, facts. So
yeah,
you gonna do a specific stream about Egypt. Have you been watching, and this is kind of like a tangent, but have you been watching Moon Knight? Because it's like a lot of Egyptian
I
pieces in
have
there.
not. I have not. Is it historically accurate? Because I'm not even gonna watch it if it's not. That's just gonna
See,
piss
see,
me off.
see. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. That's your subject. I can't tell you if it's historically accurate, but I will say that the creators are descendants from like Egypt, and they've like was born and raised in like Cairo and stuff like that. And the creators of Moon Knight
From modern
said
Egypt.
when they watched like Wonder Woman or something like that, they was so mad of how like inaccurate certain things were about the Egyptian portion of the film, which leads me to believe they wouldn't then go do the same exact thing. So I feel like there's a lot of accuracies in it, but
Yeah.
I do understand it's also a Marvel, piece. So there's, certain things that are, embedded, but it has like Khonshu and like certain like, Egyptian gods and stuff like that. I think it's worth the watch, especially if you about to do something specifically about Egypt. Like it's worth the
I'm
watch.
doing specifically 18th Dynasty Egypt.
Well, I mean, they go, they,
Super
they.
narrow time
I don't want to
period of
spoil
like
it for you.
250 years.
You know what I'm saying? But you also said something else that caught my attention as far as like, you know what I'm saying, you go down a rabbit hole and you Google. But a lot of times, like, you know, Wikipedia is everybody's best friend. But where do you feel like you can go for more information about related topics, you know, in history that are like you feel like it's accurate? Because you could Google anything to support anything almost. You know what I'm saying? So
If you use there's different databases, like JSTOR is one that I used to use in college. It has a lot of like it has journals and articles and different things like that. If it's not a peer reviewed journal, you don't want to trust that, because peer reviewed means other historians have looked at it and they've validated the claims that are in the article, right?
mhm.
If it's just somebody going on a rant, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people, I'll use Egypt for an example. A lot of people are always like, Egyptians are black. Yes, that was true up until a certain point when their race got so intermixed with um, other neighboring nations, right? So they're still African, what people don't like to talk about. They're still
Right,
fucking
right,
African. They're fucking in Africa, but their ethnicity is different. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
African is the continent.
right.
Um,
I always say that also about like you'll see someone like, for instance, Elon Musk. You know, he's from South Africa, and like anytime you see
Hey,
like a
Jaeger.
white person from South Africa, and it's like, "Hey, I'm African." You African? And it's like, yeah, take
Yeah, watch The Color of Friendship. That used to be my favorite
born and
TV movie.
raised in Africa. You know what I'm saying? And like, there's a lot of white people on this part, so it's like,
Mhm.
but yeah, but go
People
ahead.
just assume they look at Africa and they assume that everybody's living in hunts. Africa usually they actually have like centers of wealth and like big ass industrial ass buildings and all this
Right,
shit. So
right.
I wish people would get that stereotype out of their head that it's just huts and lions and shit.
It's
You know?
Wakanda over there. There's certain areas, but there's definitely a lot more like, you know what I'm saying, finished areas. So it's like, but a lot of people have like one picture in their mind of a certain area, a certain thing, and that's just gonna be the picture till they done. You know? Okay, okay. So no Wikipedia. We looking elsewhere.
The problem with Wikipedia is that other people can edit the articles. So it's
Mm,
not always. I will say it has gotten better over the years. It's a
right,
lot
right,
better now. And sometimes it's the only place where you can find like mention of certain things. But
right, right.
for the most, you can go to NPR. NPR has a really good history section. Um, the History Channel, don't watch the TV show, but if you go online to their website, they still have some great documents there for you to look at. All of their stuff has been fact checked as well. Again, don't watch the TV because they're trying to get people to watch the History Channel. So they're putting shit like, did the ancient aliens build the pyramids? And that's not fucking
Right.
clickbait.
Okay, so what's some challenges that we face today that you feel like if people were more interested in history, that they'd probably be able to kind of like either bypass or go through easier, you would say?
I feel like if more people understood how systemic racism and discrimination are embedded in our system, we wouldn't see the same issues that we're still seeing today. And more
Mm-hmm.
people were more well versed, and they're not just listening to what their mammy and pappy are telling them how to think, and they actually looked at the records and seen how things have been impacted from certain laws, from certain wealth distribution, from location, from taking of land, like all types of shit. And it's not just exclusive to African Americans. This happened to Native Americans as well. It happened to Asian Americans. They got reparations, so we're not gonna talk about that.
Nah, I mean, all right, all right.
But it's happened to almost every ethnic group that's been a minority in this country, you know. So if we looked at that and really took a deep dive into how we can fix things, we could come up with a solution. The problem is nobody wants to look through all that shit and admit that there's a problem. Like, we got half the nation saying there's a problem, but the other half who have the power, who are in control, who are
It'll fix
voting how their
itself.
mom and dad have voted for years, they're like,
Right.
there is
And,
no problem. We don't have slavery. Like, that's the end of that. And then you
yeah,
got the
yeah.
people who want slavery again. They can eat a dick, honestly. With respect.
Respectfully.
No, disrespectfully. With all disrespect. Fuck
Disrespectfully.
them. Fuck them.
Oh man, yo. So it seems like you're pretty passionate about these things and things of that nature. As a history major. What would you say is like if you could be personally remembered for one thing? What would it be?
That's a hard question.
Yeah, one thing. And I know how you
I
like to make your list and sub list. This time we just want one thing. One thing.
If I could be remembered for one thing, I just
Mm-hmm.
want, even if it's just like one person or two people, it doesn't matter. I just want people to say that I was someone who made other people happy. You know what I'm saying? Like
Said
brought a
eating
smile to
mayo.
other people's face.
He said eating mayo. Guapo says eating mayo.
Eating mail. Why you gotta bring up old shit? I don't even do that no more.
No more. Oh my god. Hey, how do you feel about current events? Since like,
Which current?
no, I'm just saying in
Which,
general, because like since you're a history major, do you find yourself looking up things of the past all the time, or do you like also
oh
like
yeah,
check out what's
no,
happening right now? Is that like something that's
yeah,
also a
no, no,
part of
no.
it?
It's definitely like a combination of both because if I ever do get my PhD, if I go back and get my PhD in
Ooh,
history and I teach at the collegiate level, like in 20 years, this current event that we're looking at right now is gonna be in a history book somewhere. And so
mm.
like if
If they
I
don't hide
am
it, if they don't hide it.
right, if I'm reading things from all sides of the story, I'm like a leg up. I could probably write a book about it. Get the guap. I've been teaching my book, you know.
Hey, they said in the chat when you get your PhD, not if.
Yeah.
Heard what I'm
When
talking about?
definitely
She said,
definitely.
"Yeah, I said what I said." If. All right, so right now, a lot of people are listening to you, and they kind of like, okay, I heard you, That's deep. But if you were specifically giving advice to you, your 18-year old self, what would you say? Go back to 18-year-old you and tell them something impactful. What is it?
Your situation's not always gonna be like it is. Just keep grinding. Uh Go to junior college. Don't go straight to university.
Mm,
JUCO's cheaper.
mm.
Uh Knock that shit out. Stop playing around.
Uh, uh,
And get to the money. Get to the money. And I shouldn't have stopped with my master's. And I'm gonna
Dang, you see, I slid that in. I should have stopped with my masters. You know what I'm saying? She got that masters for y'all. She ain't playing with y'all. You know what I'm saying?
no, I'm 2 credits. So I shouldn't have stopped my master's. I'm 2 credits away from that.
Oh, never mind. I take that back. I'm glad I didn't put the horn in like I was planning on doing.
Yeah,
It would have
don't
been
do that.
premeditative. Premeditative. Hey yo, so who's like the three most influential people in your life? Because they say that's important. Some people say that's
Uh,
important. The people you hang with.
Damn. I will say my granny. She took me in when I was 8 years old. My mom dropped me off, right? Because my stepdad didn't want to raise a black child. Um, and so my granny took me in and she's had me.
Yeah.
She still to this day is my number one like support. She doesn't know what Twitch is, so she'll never see my Twitch. But if she did know what Twitch was, she would be in every stream because she was at every one of my football games watching me cheer.
Oh, I was like,
Um,
damn, she was playing football too.
yeah, I was cool.
I was like, dang.
Anytime I was in the hospital, it wasn't my mom or my dad with me. It was Granny sleeping on like a hard ass couch. She lost her job because of me having to take me to the hospital. But
And this
none
is
of
your
that.
grandma
She
on
never
what side?
regretted on my dad's side.
Oh, your dad's side. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She never regretted taking me in. And to this day, like she considers me one of her children. She has 5 kids and like 18 grandkids, but I'm not in the grandkid classification.
Jeez.
I'm her
Jeez.
baby. Yeah.
So
My
this next
granny,
question, if I say like how your parents, when I say parents, I'm referring to your granny then. Okay.
hmm hmm
How would she describe you?
a hot mess. I don't know. She would probably say
And
that.
this is with her not watching your streams. She don't know that side.
Yeah, no, no, she knows that she would say that I'm dramatic, for sure.
Shout out
She
to
would say that
Granny.
I'm dramatic. Yeah, she would say that I'm dramatic and silly is what she used to call me in high school when I used to laugh at everything. But she would definitely say I'm determined. It's something she brings up a lot at church, and I hate when she get up at church and she try to
Let me
brag
tell
on.
you
You
about
try.
my
Let me tell you
baby.
about Destiny real quick because Destiny graduated college when she was on dialysis, and now she
Ooh,
got a job making this much money. And like, Granny, why are you telling all of my
ooh.
business? Teach her how to be EW. They don't need to know that at church. They're gonna be asking for tithes. I don't have any.
Hey, they heard she could get whatever job she want, 50,000 more. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, go ahead and run us that 10%. Go ahead and run us that 10%.
You're
Not gonna lie, my grandma carried me through life. Look at that smile. I'm assuming they're talking about mine. She got the beamer. You know what I'm saying? Hey, so what's the best compliment you've ever gotten?
let me think because it's been a lot of nasty compliments.
Oh my
Um,
lord.
the best compliment I've ever gotten
Yeah.
was that I don't know. It's a tie between how I view the world, my perception of the world, and how empathetic I am. So somebody,
Like
and this
someone
is the person,
recognized it and there was just like,
somebody like I'm not gonna say his name because I hate this nigga right now. But
that neighbor.
anyway,
Whoa, that
nah, he a
neighbor.
nigga, bro, because he don't like when I
Hey.
call him nigga. Nigga. Nah, nigga.
That's to the nigga out there. But anyways.
Thank you for letting me borrow the textbook, gang. Stop.
All right. But yeah, you're saying your nigga was doing what? He
No, he
said,
just used to compliment things that other men had never complimented before. You know, most men are
okay.
like, "You're so fine, you're beautiful, like I love you in your natural state, blah blah, this, that, and the other." And what he saw was like deeper than that. He saw my mind, he saw my generosity, he saw how much detail I put into the gifts that I was giving my friends, my family, him. Like it, you know, he wasn't shit. You know, he saw all that and still cheated on me. But
Damn.
you know,
You
I
know what
guess
I'm
my ass
saying?
wasn't fat enough, bro. I think that's what it
See,
was.
he gave you the meaningful compliments, but he went to the people who had the regular complimentable things. You feel what
That's
I'm
what I'm
saying?
saying, bro. Like, don't come crying now talking about you want to marry me and shit. Like, why? Marry
Oh,
that
call him
bitch.
out. Go ahead, drop his name. Drop his name. Let me turn down the music. Drop his name.
No.
Oh man, I thought for a split second you was like, you know what? Fuck it, Richard. This we talking about you, Richard.
I will say
Kai said it's
never
Lenny.
mind.
Fuck Lenny. Everybody fuck Lenny in the
Fuck
chat.
Lenny. Fuck
Everybody fuck Lenny in
Lenny.
the chat.
Fuck
Everybody fuck
Lenny.
Lenny.
I said
Right
fuck
now.
Lenny.
Oh, fuck Lenny in the chat. Always and forever, but never is a long time too. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But yeah, so we know he said they put in the chat, fuck Lenny, hashtag fuck Lenny. That should be the name of my next streams is gonna be like fuck Lenny. People gonna be like, what?
Fuck Leonard.
Yo, so we know you trying to, you know what I'm saying, you wouldn't have mind. In another life you a teacher. In one life, you know what I'm saying, you know, you streaming and gaming currently and all that stuff, and you're in the HR or whatever. But what's a job you would try other than your current or those that you already mentioned that's like, yeah, I would like to do that? Lenny no legs.
Honestly, bro, do y'all have a food channel? Yeah, do y'all ever watch like Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dash, or like Man versus Food? I would be Woman versus Food because I want to try them big ass burgers and big ass fucking cinnamon rolls. Like, I would love to do some shit like that. I would love to do some shit like that.
That's
like,
dope. That's dope. That's dope.
Food. I don't work out enough for that though.
Yeah, I was gonna say I counteract that, but I be seeing them on that channel. They do not care. Guy Fieri, he be eating stuff and just be like, yeah, forget about it, and just be like, hey, I just buy a bigger shirt. What do you mean? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Vo said it too. Guy Fieri. Yeah, they're like, just buy a bigger shirt. I don't care. But Rachel Ray done got thick. You know what I'm saying? She didn't start the game out like that, but you know, she like, hey, buy a bigger sundress. We still in there, you know. But I guess you care too much. But I could see that though. I would love to travel and just try foods from random places.
See, that's another thing about the appeal. Like, I'd love to be like a travel guide and just travel to different historical sites, and it goes along with history as well.
Yeah.
It goes along with other like history as well, but like I don't know. I want to get out of America. I've been to the Bahamas.
Mm.
That's the only place
I
I've
was
been
gonna say
outside
that's
of the
the end.
United
That's the
States.
end of the list. I got you. Got you.
I mean, I've been to places in the U.S., but like,
Right. Right.
Sell, you know what I'm saying? And I want to go to like Egypt. I want to go to Greece. I want to go to fucking Rome. Like, I just want to go all these different places. Italy.
We have a question from chat. Group trip to Greek temples. You trying to take a group trip to the Greek
gang trip
temples?
to Thailand? Let's go. Fuck Lenny. Let's go. Gang trip.
Fuck Lenny. That's gonna be the thing. People are like, where'd that even come from? Like, yo, man, gang. Fuck Lenny. Gang trip to Thailand. Yeah. All right. So okay. So there's something that you would like to do. So what about a job that your worst job? What's your least favorite job that you've ever had? As someone not coming back from Thailand.
I've loved all of my jobs.
Who's not making it back? Who's not making it back from Thailand?
Me. I'm someone.
Dang.
I would say that my least favorite.
Oh,
job,
Lenny not making it back.
Lenny not coming to Thailand. But yeah, I see Luna back there.
Yeah, I see.
I would say that I don't have all of my, like, I was a research assistant in college. So I got to sit behind people with their PhD who were teaching these history courses. And I got to grade papers and meet with students and teach lectures. And that was a cool job. I worked at a daycare. I fucking love kids. Des love the kids. The kids love Des.
Heard you.
I mean, I say my least favorite job was I worked at this company that provides captions for people who are hard of hearing. So when people call them on their phone, like, you used to have to sit and caption everything
I heard about that.
The phone were saying. And I made it all the way up to like a floor operations supervisor, which is right under the call center manager.
She be rising through the ranks.
Dude, I don't settle. You know what I'm saying? I like to be the best at everything. But like, that job was kind of boring to me. It wasn't challenging. I would finish my work in like an hour, then go walk around and talk to my friends who were, like, the way it goes is CA supervisor, floor operations supervisor, call center manager. I would talk to my friends who were still CA supervisors, and that's actually where I met my work boyfriend. And
who eventually became the real boyfriend. Don't forget that. Don't forget, the
real boyfriend. Yes,
sir. Yes, sir.
That's
one
where
time
I met him.
You made it past the zone.
and all the friends that I game with to this day, like Ollie, fucking Ego. I'm trying to think of their
humble beginnings king.
To Desu for you, like all of them I met through that job. So like I would never regret working there. Because they made that place so fucking enjoyable. Like, two of the girls that worked with me that I supervised for a while, they're gonna be like, if I ever get married, they're gonna be in my bridal party. Like, I love those people. The boys, gang.
The boys. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, that's crazy. He said humble beginnings king. No, but so when we was talking about as far as like, you know, the influential people, you said your granny. Who's the other two? We was talking about three of them.
Hatshepsut. She is the second Egyptian pharaoh. I'm going to talk about her Sunday. So come through.
Hey, tune in Sunday. What time?
I'll tell you why I fuck with her.
And it's CST, by the way.
6 p.m. CST. 6 p.m. CST also. Better say your motherfucking self on that list. No, I'm gonna say my nanny, my other granny, which is my nanny is my white. My nanny is my white granny. She passed away in 2017. But from early on, she also had bipolar disorder as well. But from an early age, she just taught me, like, you shouldn't give a fuck about what people think about you. And that's something that I still struggle with, because I do care what people think about me. But I just hear her voice in the back of my head every day that I'm like, I don't think I should wear this to work. I don't think I should wear this outside. I don't think I should wear this on stream. I'm just like, Nanny would be like, fuck that shit, girl. You look good. Get your ass on that camera. And just
speaking of, like, you know,
she's so fucking talented, you know.
Right, you and so are you. So I'm saying, I see you got some things trickle down. You talented, and you said you don't give a fuck about
Oh,
what
this is
people
from.
think.
Can I talk about this for a second?
Yeah. Go ahead. But just know I'm coming back because I got something I'm following up with that.
Men, this is from Coven Bunnies. It's a store on Etsy. We are now sponsored by Coven Bunnies.
You sponsor
So-
big celeb. Hold on, big celeb. Hold on.
Yeah, so if you want to buy your girl a choker, some e-girl bunny ears. We have e-girl bunny ears too.
Golly. Big celeb, my you.
Hoodies. You can't really see it. It's kind of dope. Yep. We also have hoodies. If you use my code double with 2 E's 25, you can get 25% off of your purchase.
You just reminded me of something, Double. Now that I have you here, you had all that merch there. You had another piece of merch sent to you. Why you never wore that? Why you never wore that, huh?
What are you talking about?
Yeah. You had a piece of merch sent to you. Yeah, from Joy Over Money Productions, specially.
You're talking about the hoodie that my granny stole from me.
She stole it. It's not even that.
Yes.
That's a compliment at the same time. It's like, what? What are you talking about? I'm like, why she never put that on?
That thing is in Italy, bro. Like
You
I
just
wore
told
it
me
like
she
one
smelled
time.
it. And then
She,
that was
no,
it.
I told you she opened my mail. She smelled it and she was like, "Oh, this smells
man.
like cologne. Like this smell good. I don't know who sent you this, but like,
But it's mine
borrow
now." Not Granny borrowing your clothes. Like, not Granny, like, hey, yeah. Let me wear that. So Granny be wearing the John Prod hoodie, the merch.
She does. I gotta get it back so I can take a picture in it, bro.
That's hilarious. You know, I can't even be mad at that. See,
but it's Texas. I need a t-shirt. Can you send me a t-shirt?
Yeah, I guess. But when I sent it was like colder. It was colder when I sent it though. It was kind of cold. Yeah. I think you was already. Why would you? I seen those hands move. I'm like, what is she doing down there? Hey, John, your cam follow you? Oh, I mean, no, I got, you know what I'm saying? Greg, my cameraman, he makes sure that I stay in frame, you know what I'm saying? I'd be like, zoom in, my boy, I got something to say. And he zoom in so I could get that point across. I'm like, all right, back up, you're a little too close. And he you know what I'm saying? He do his thing. If he don't follow me properly, he fired. And you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, he needed the break. That's why I took the break earlier, because he needed to take a little break. Be a celeb, some merch for sure. Hey, yo, John. But yeah, so I can't even be too mad at that. Like Granny rocking it, you know what I'm saying? At least get a picture of her in it, you know what I'm saying? Or something.
I got you. I will definitely tell you to send me a selfie. Because I don't know when I'm going back down there.
I was like, that thing just disappeared. I was like, damn. And then she be on her stream, look at this new merch. And I'm like, oh yeah? Yeah, nice.
Hey, you need to make crop tops.
It's nice.
You gotta make crop tops.
I got crop tops, but you saw the hoodie. The idea of that hoodie was that it was a hoodie. You know what I'm saying? That specific hoodie. I could, you know what I'm saying? Oh, Cayenne, welcome in. Gonna be lurking while I play some Jackbox. Oh, nice.
Is fun as fuck.
Yes, it is. And congrats. Cayenne just got a new PC. And so she is, you already know. Everybody know the struggle. You know what I'm saying? So she in that thing. Yeah, we was playing Cookout with my brother the other day. Cookout 2, I think it was. It was lots of fun. She was stressing while we were just running around. She's like, just cook the food. But yeah, those cuties on the screen. Sheesh. You know what I'm saying? Clap it up. But yeah, so let me see here. Let's see what we got for you, Double. You trying to have some kids? I mean, like, are you a family person? You try to have some kids?
Oh, yeah, of course. I want 3 kids. I want 2 boys and 1 girl, boy, in that order. But the Lord don't like me that much, so I don't think it's gonna happen like that.
Oh man,
I think I'm probably gonna get 3.
I was gonna say, fuck around,
3
get
girls,
triplets.
probably. I'm probably gonna have 3 girls, and they're probably gonna have all this hair like I have. Not this hair, but
no, I was like, ooh. Let me stop. That was a trap. Girl almost ended you. Right? She was like, what you mean by that? What you mean? That did sound like an offer. Hey, you wanna have some babies? What's good? No. I was asking in general. You know, look at her devious smile. Oh man. All right, Double. So let's get back to things. So like, you read a lot. Do you have any books that you could recommend? Wait a damn second.
I read. read.
Yeah, what kind of any books that you feel like other people would also like to read?
Bye, Cayenne. It depends on what you're into. Like, of course, I have a lot of historically accurate books, like autobiographies and just biographies in general. It's kind of my thing. It's my bag. That's where I work the middle. I do have the entire
Work the middle.
complete Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings collections. The Hobbit was actually the first big book that I read, so I still have that same copy of the first big book that I read.
That's kind of dope.
I do
That's
like,
kind of dope.
yeah, I like scary stories by like Stephen King. He has a lot of different short story collections that are pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's one book I can't remember. One book I read, I can't remember what it's called. I think it's like the housemaid or the housekeeper or some shit like that. And I read that like a couple months ago in like maybe 2 days. That shit was good. Yeah, we're still accepting questions.
Yes, sir, Guapo. Yes,
You want to
sir.
know also? Don't ask nothing crazy.
Ass crazy. There's no filter. This is I forgot to mention, but this is the Hidden Village podcast. You know, say outside of the village, you gotta hide your true self. You can't talk about whatever you want to talk about. You can't ask what you want to talk about because everybody go crazy like how you're not supposed to do this, that, and other. Here in the Hidden Village, where you know it's us. It's just us. You know what I'm saying? So you can talk about and ask about anything that you like. So go ahead and ask whatever pops into your mind, Guapo.
First
You feel what I'm saying?
First anime crush.
What is your first anime crush?
127%.
Not current, just first.
Yusuke.
Oh
You're
man,
that's Bay. That's Bay till the end. You know what I'm saying? Currently, I would say Sukuna is my baby. Levi from Attack on Titan. But also a little bit of Aaron with long hair. He can definitely get it.
Yo, that's been big lately. Like, what's up with that, man? Everybody been like, he could do no wrong. I see so many memes that's like they trying to convince you of why he's bad.
Because he's not. He's fine. He's fine as fuck. He can spit in my mouth. I don't give a fuck. He's fine.
I'm surprised you didn't say Goju Satoru off of.
He's fine too. He's fine too.
That's on everybody's list.
He's homies. He's homies with.
Oh, you put him in a friend zone? Oh, okay. I see.
He's homies with Yuji. I can't cheat on Bae. I
don't know, man. Let's like Yuji and be like, hey, I understand. Like that's your hall pass. So you would pick Yuji over Goju?
Yeah.
Gojo, I mean. And also I know you cosplayed as Yuji at one time, did you?
I feel like did a low key Yuji cosplay.
Like inspired look.
Yeah. Right. Because I already have the pink hair, you know what I'm saying? It's really easy with his eye marking here. And then I had like a blue and red crop top hoodie. And I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna be Yuji today.
Okay. Let's see what else they got going on. They got nothing else. All right, so the books that you recommend, if someone was like wanting to know Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings, what should they pick up? They're gonna pick up one. Yes, sir.
Honestly, it depends. It depends on what type of reader you are, and if you're comfortable with reading things that you don't quite understand. Lord of the Rings has a lot of fucking names that were created just out of nowhere that nobody could fucking pronounce for a while. Like that man created a whole like 5 different languages. He created like 5 different languages for those books and maps and all this.
And like they're legit full languages. I looked into them. I was like, yo, this man is crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like he had to be on some type of acid or Adderall, something. I don't know what he had going on. But yeah, I think it just depends on the type of reader you are. Harry Potter is definitely easier to read. And it's more like pop culture-y, I think, than Lord of the Rings. So,
okay. What's a streamer, Kai-Shi-sama asked, that you would love to collab with? I'm sure that's not a alley for you to plug anyone specifically, you know.
I would love to collab with, can I name a few people?
Yeah, go ahead.
I would love to collab with Kai-Shi-sama.
Hey, big celeb.
He be running from the smoke. I would love to collab with him though.
Big celeb.
I would collab with the Vincia.
Fellow
That's Bay.
Caribbean
She's
streamer. You know what I'm
she's
saying?
and she's
Haitian.
close too. She's like local, so she's close to me. So that could
She's close to you. I
definitely
thought she
happen.
was. Oh wait. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She is. I forgot.
Mhm.
Yeah, I thought she was in Atlanta for a second, but that's Tokyo. But go ahead.
Yeah, I would collab with Tokyo too, but like dream wise, like Swanks, XO Swanks, Finding Kai Kai, both of them are Overwatch streamers.
Well,
That I would want to play.
hold on a second. I got a question for you. You know, I feel like you named us commoner streamers first. Then he was like, then when you got really excited for the real ones, you like, all right, now that I got the, you know what I'm saying, the business out the way. Hey, listen, really, you got so excited
No. Wait, what do you mean? He was a very big streamer. What are you saying?
Yeah, she is. Partner.
Kai
She's
is
got
also
partner.
a big
She's
fucking
got
streamer.
partner.
Let me tell you about Kaishi, because when I go in Kaishi streams, he never has below like 20 people when I'm up in that bitch. I be like, damn, Kai,
I be trying to come in there first, and they be like, and I'm like, okay.
But you have to look at it like this too.
I hope he sees my comments.
Swanks is not a super big streamer. Finding Kai Kai is a member of Black Girl Gamers, like Queen Shar is a member of Black Girl Gamers. Like, I love them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not about streaming with them because they're big streamers. It's like these people are interested in the same things that I am. We have good chemistry. Like me and Kai, we don't necessarily play most of the same games. He just started playing Overwatch, you know? So like
Kai joined Overwatch? Bro.
Kai has Overwatch. So yeah, of course I'd want to connect with people that I have the same interests with, you know. Finding Kai Kai, she's a Black girl gamer, you know, that plays Overwatch. How often do you see a Black woman playing Overwatch? Like, that's when I've met 5 people recently that are Black women that play Overwatch, and I'm so excited about that because that's almost a full stack. Bro, if we get 6 Black women to play Overwatch together and we kick these
neighbors'
ass.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yo, my question though, because let's rewind a little bit, because you was talking about like, you know, how much you care about you know, Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings and all that stuff like that. And you're a gamer. The Harry Potter game is coming out, but you usually play more like, you know, different style of games. So are you excited about the game? So we gonna watch you play this game?
Because
hell yeah.
Listen, like I stream. I mostly stream shooters, but like
that's what I'll ask.
I've played other games on stream. Like I've played RPGs on stream. I've played MMO RPGs on stream. Y'all just haven't seen it. Because y'all don't be tapping in when I play other things, and that's okay.
DL's 8 in Overwatch. I can't read that. D yells at in Overwatch. That'll be fire. You said you want to play Tiny Tina with Kai and Oso? Heard you.
I will definitely play whatever with y'all. I have the Forest, but nobody has wanted to play with me yet.
Yo, I have the Forest. Wait, do I have it? Because I know Boom. A lot of times, my brother, Boom, by the way, is my brother, will make me, I say make, but, you know, will convince me to buy some games. They're like, yeah, let's play this game next. And then he like moved on. His attention span is like, so he'll like be like, yo, get this game. And I'm like, you know what? All right, cool. I'm gonna get it this weekend. The weekend I get it, and I'm like, all right, let's hop on. He like, nobody plays that game. He's already moved on to another game. Like, this kid buys hella games. So I just be like,
I think we should normalize just playing games that we want to play and say fuck if it's popular or not. Fuck if we have like a viewer count, and just do that shit. Because there's this horror game that I'm playing right now it's an indie game called ORRRR, and like nobody knows what the fuck it is. And I'm not gonna lie, it's not that entertaining. If you're a viewer, I can see where it wouldn't be entertaining. But like, fuck it.
Okay.
Like, that's the game that I'm playing when I'm not on the stream right now, is ORRRR. And
is it like a mission based game? Like what are you doing in there?
No, it kind of looks like an old Pokemon game a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
It's formatted like that, but it's like a psychological you got to get invested. Hell yeah. It's like a psychological horror. But also I don't care what's popular. I play what I want. I need to start doing that more, because like you're saying that you've never seen me play another game, which is crazy because if you have me
Well,
on
I would say
PlayStation,
never. Never is an exaggeration. I was more saying like I know the games that you prefer to play on stream. You'll play like shooters and stuff with
yeah.
team games, team based games.
Mhm.
So I was just wondering if that was like something that you was planning on just playing or streaming. Is
And it
Harry
might be
Potter?
too. It might be too that like sometimes when I have to stream by myself, it makes me incredibly nervous to stream by myself
What?
because I get nervous like when I have to go live and I don't have like filler to fill the empty space. If
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like talking like every 5 seconds, it's nice to have friends there to kind of throw in some humor when you're getting some water or
Right.
or
Right.
you have to pee, so I get anxious when I have to
Facts.
stream
So
by
my
myself.
suggestion for that then, because I noticed recently, because like I've been redoing a lot of research. I've been going for a minute, y'all. I've been going for a minute. But in that time that I was gone, I wasn't just like not doing stuff at all. So I was researching some things on like, because like you said, as far as like just trying to play or pander to what people want versus like enjoying yourself. And my whole company is built around joy over the money, like not no
Mhm.
money because we got bills to pay, but just enjoying your way of life every day, like day to day. And so I was like trying to find the balance of like enjoying streaming again and like
Yeah.
enjoying just like what I want, but at the same time I don't want to bore y'all and be like, why you're not coming to see me when if I'm being boring.
Right.
So I was looking at different
And
tactics and different things that you could do, and a suggestion I have for you that you could use is like I noticed like some things where it's like, okay, let's say you're playing a story game, right? You could still you could still stream like that part onto like Discord and have a group with you watching you play the game. So then the regular people, not regular people, the chat, well, the chat, they
not you
could,
calling your community rupture.
no, they're regulars. They come in regularly, is what I'm saying. You feel what I'm saying? They're regulars, but they can see you playing and hear like your co people like laughing or maybe like playing along with you in a sense where it's like, what I'm saying, they could enjoy it just like old school when you used to play games in your living room and your friends be like say and do things, and then the chat will be entertained with those people, their voices as well. So you could use your friends.
Right. Right. And I don't want to clarify too, like it's not that I don't enjoy
Yeah.
first person shooters or third person shooters. I love them. They're fun, they're addicting. You get to play with your comrades, and like playing with your comrades is the shit. Like you play with people, it makes the game 10 times better. You know what I'm saying? Because I play Overwatch with randos all the time, and there's nothing more infuriating than playing a game with randos, bro. So like
Yeah,
when
you
you
got a
have your
point.
friends there, it just makes it 10 times better. But to answer Oso's question,
Yeah, next
'cause I
question when you're
see
ready.
it.
How do you feel about the new Overwatch character,
Oh,
Thick?
Jorn, you already know Oso. You already know I was all over Overwatch 2, waiting for the beta to come out. Like, I just started playing Overwatch a year ago.
I was gonna say
So
I don't even know about it, none
I
of that.
I was late to the Overwatch party. But like I got on there and I saw how frustrated the community was because they had been waiting for Overwatch 2 for X amount of time. And then I started to wait for Overwatch 2 once I started fucking with the game. Like, I love this game now. And you're telling me like a new one is coming out and you're gonna be able to ping people. You're gonna be able to fucking play 5v5 instead of 6v6. Like, that's gonna be amazing because it takes out one of the tanks. I think people hate playing fucking tank. I know I don't like playing tank. So and another problem that they're addressing, because one thing I did notice when I started playing Overwatch was
Dang.
that yeah, they revealed it in 2019. One thing I did Overwatch class, okay. One thing I did notice when I started playing was they didn't have any black female characters. And as a black
Like
woman, that's
in
the first
game.
thing I
Yeah.
right. That's the first thing I fucking noticed. Like Fortnite has all these extra ass characters, black women, Hispanic women, Asian skins, like all types of
Bananas.
shit. Bananas, fucking robots and shit. And then people would be like, well, Arissa's African. Arissa is a robot. I don't identify with Arissa because she's a fucking robot, bro. Like, there's no black women in the game. You can argue that the Egyptian women, Farah, Symmetra, you could argue that they're fucking, well, Symmetra is Indian, I think. You could argue that Farah and Anna, that's who I'm talking about. Farah and Anna are Egyptian, which means they're African. But
I just saw Orissa. Oh hell nah. They not try to pass that as the we got y'all black character. Look at that. Look at the
Exactly.
robot. Oh my god.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So like, I know there's not a big population of black women that play Overwatch, but there is a population of black women that play Overwatch. And for Overwatch to claim that they have, at one point, they did have the most diverse lineup and it not include black women just furthers my point that, black women are unseen in America, bro. And that just, it kind of sucks. But I'm glad that in Overwatch 2, we're getting Sojourn. You should look up Sojourn. Sojourn gonna be base. She got a real gun.
How you spell her name?
SOUJORN. Imagine a Niger robot. Should be so same shields. Ryan squashing everybody.
Yeah,
we got no real update about it until recently. Exactly, bro. When I was playing, I didn't even know about Overwatch 2 until I kept playing and people were complaining like, y'all still waiting on Overwatch 2? She looked like a reskin Soldier 76.
Yeah, she look okay. I see her.
As long as I can still play Reaper and Gucci, as long as
I always look at games and wonder like when they be like having the character creation and then like there's no locks. I be feeling not represented when I see that.
Well,
so I know how you feel then when you see like there's no black people at all. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there's black people in the game. There's just no black women. So like Lucio, he's Caribbean. He has locks. Baptiste might actually be, I don't know. What is Baptiste?
It sound Haitian.
Baptiste is somebody, but
yeah, it's a French
he's black
name
too. Baptiste, he there, he got the nice little fade, but they also have a skin where he has like some cornrow looking things.
Some cornrow looking things.
But it's just, I mean, it's like when you're a black woman in America, you have two things against you. You're a woman and you're black, bro. So like, they always overlooking us like we don't have in this nation
from France.
Today.
He's from France, but there's a lot of Haitians in France as well because we're French people.
Population, so.
And Baptiste is like a very French Haitian name, by the way. Yep. Yeah. That's why at one point I thought Tenno was Haitian, but then he was like, nah. I don't know why I thought that. I think it's because when we did the group chat, there was a lot of people saying, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Double. So we got to go back. So you said, Granny taught you that you don't care what people think. So you know what I'm saying? You can just do whatever. So how upset would you be from a scale of 1 to 10 if he said, I know my name is Haitian. Yeah, I thought you was Haitian, bro. But how upset would you be with your good old buddy Jam if I played a nice little clip of you to show the people just like, how fun you are and stuff, you know what I'm saying?
If it's the clip that Kai has, no, please don't show that.
Wait, what clip?
If I'm twerking, do not play that shit.
Look, Kai said, why? It's not the clip. That clip got deleted, didn't it? What are you talking about?
I still got the clip.
Nah, I still got the clip. I just play. But yeah, show the twerk. Show the, oh Lord, she gonna be yelling. Nah, I ain't gonna do it. I was just playing. But where can people find you outside of Twitch? I know you be Twitch streaming. What else interests do you have that you're pursuing currently?
I'm learning how to play the drums actually.
Ooh.
So hopefully by the end of the year we might get like a drum stream. I'm working on one song, so that's all I got so far. I'm not getting very far with that. Tenno, shut up. Shut up. I'm gonna kick you.
Is it ashy knees?
But anyhow, yeah, I'm learning how to play the drums. Like I love music. I've always loved music. So that's why it was so hard to pick just like a genre to stick to, because I'm all over the place with my musical palette. I do like to read, but the main thing that I do in my spare time when I'm not working, I'm not streaming, I'm not editing content, is watch movies. Like I fucking love film so much. I like that little escape and seeing how people put together different pieces to create a story. I do look for a lot of flaws in films. So that's
You like
why I
actively looking for them? Like, hold on, where the
actively
mistakes at?
like while it's
Where the
not that I'm looking
mistakes
for
at?
mistakes. It's not that I'm looking for mistakes. It's that I'm looking to see like if everything makes sense.
Okay.
You know,
Like
if
story
everything
wise
makes sense.
or like
Story
even when you're
wise and
looking.
like positioning wise.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
because when a director directs something, like he wants your eye somewhere, right? There's no mistakes in that, right? But sometimes shit don't be making sense, and I be
And
like,
you're
hold
like,
on,
hold on.
I don't like this. I feel like this would have looked better here. You know what I'm saying? But I do watch a lot of like CinemaSins and different
Oh
critique
yeah,
channels like
yeah,
that.
yeah. I'm
So
big on that too.
originally, before I started streaming, I was gonna start a YouTube channel, and I still have it.
Ooh,
Like if you go to my Gmail, it's like Critique D's,
I
and
like that.
that was gonna be my YouTube channel, and I might still do it when I have a bit more time in the future, and just critique films because that's something that I enjoy doing as well. So.
Mm, mm. Can you know how to get sturdy? Just
No, I
curious.
don't know how to fucking get sturdy. Do you know
Oh,
how to get
okay.
sturdy?
Yeah, I might. You never
I'll give
know.
the sub right now if you get sturdy.
You said you'll get sturdy if I get sturdy right now?
No, I said I'll give the sub if you get sturdy.
Oh man, I thought I was like, I'll get sturdy with you. I was gonna play something for you real quick, you know?
Nah, I don't know how to get sturdy.
Where Vo at? Vo at? No. But yeah. So I appreciate you coming in, man. We about to wrap it up. We've been on for like a good 2.5 hours. You know what I'm saying? I know you got stuff to do. Yeah.
Back.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So outside of, you said, where can people find you? Because, you know, you kind of said you wanted to do a YouTube, but you're not going that route. But what else can people?
They can find me on YouTube, Double DEETTV. You can find me there. You can find me on Twitch, Double DTTV. You can find me on Twitch with that beautiful name down there, twitch.tv, double with 2 E's, D with 2 E's, underscore, because some bitch took my name initially and now I can't get
Is
the
that
one without
why?
the underscore.
I was like,
yes!
What's going on? Like, oh my God.
Not them taking my fucking
I'm just
name.
out here with the giggles
Hold on. Where's she
and
at?
the huge ass cheeks.
There she go. With the giggles and the huge ass cheeks. Hey, listen, you said I couldn't show you twerking, but you just your what's the clips? Just keep talking about cheeks. Either way, you know what I'm saying? Let me see. Word, great interview. Yo, I appreciate everybody who came in today. You know, asked some questions, kept things lively. You give me Tiny Tina money. Wobbly weeks. Yo,
A little Tiny Tina.
I appreciate everybody who came in, you know, participated, because, you know what I'm saying, it makes things much more enjoyable when, you know, y'all participated. We can talk with y'all. Y'all get to get answers to questions that you're wondering about and not just the ones that are pre-planned. You know, sometimes we'll get a little bit more saucier. I don't think this was too bad. You don't think so, right, Double? It wasn't too bad, you know?
Nah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, I was trying to psych you up a little bit when I was like on IG promoting, just to see if you like, you know, how far could I take it. Sometimes I might ask a random question. I wouldn't say all that. We had some things.
Tell Kai, tell Vo what you asked me when the first question he asked me was what was my body count, and that's just a wild question to ask. But J-Mo, can we ask you a question?
Well, hold on. This is your interview.
No. In an interview, you give the candidate time to ask you questions.
Whose formatting is this? What you talking about? But all right,
I'm HR.
Of course, gotta show love to the job. Appreciate that. But all right, what's the question? What's the question?
What's your body count?
Guys, so today, I was playing. No, to be real, like you said, why you got that face? They don't care about that type of stuff, though. See, I'm trying to give them what they want. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? They don't care.
77.
Word.
That's this. J-Mo told me it was 77. That's why. Wow.
Hey, listen. I will say that I thoroughly enjoyed my college stint. That time in college.
You're a hoe.
I came out of work just to hear John's body count. Bro, relax. If she answered the question, you have to. Did you? Then we move on quickly. Did you answer?
No, because people aren't gonna believe my body count.
Right, and people not gonna believe mine, so let's just both say fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Fuck Lenny. F Lenny in the chat. You feel what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. Guapo said favorite pH category?
What's that? What's
I don't
pH? Is
know.
that pH balance? Clean? I don't
That's what
know.
I'm thinking. I was like, the cleanest one, that's the favorite, I would believe.
Not like pH is like your balance, your pH balance.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. So whatever keeps me balanced, that'll be my favorite. Like, or I would assume, unless it means something else, maybe like in a PhD. What field? I don't know. But we about to wrap it up. So y'all say goodbye to the beautiful and the talented and the person who shows up and shows out for y'all, because she says she's shy in real life, but she be coming out here and giving us some supreme entertainment. So y'all need to go follow. Y'all probably already following. I ain't gonna lie. But if y'all not, y'all need to right now. I appreciate everybody coming in. You know what I'm saying? Until next time, Double D, love you coming up on here for me, and goodbye.
W.